This video contains strong language not suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Okay, we're good. We're recording. Boom.
Sensual volume.
Sensual.
Hey, Kendrick.
Where
Dungeons and Dragons After Dark.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Tell me more about your sensual buttons, Kendrick.
I don't think you want to know about Kendrick's sensual buttons.
The problem is, I don't think we have a choice. Anyway.
I want
this. Good? Yes, more or less?
Words are good.
You're
Words
fine.
are good in things.
You're good.
Great. So, if we're all ready, we can jump right into it.
Yeah. Jump.
So, welcome back to seven white dudes? 7 white dudes and a lady?
You're not good at math.
Yes.
For our next episode. I can never tell. We keep adding and removing people. It's weird. So yeah, welcome back. When last we left off, our band of misfits and adventurers has scurried off into the sewers in hot pursuit of a runaway dwarf who basically tunneled his way out of the holding cell and is now amuck in the sewers of Cornvor. As you guys kind of wander around, you met a very interesting local whose name was up for interpretation depending on the position of the moon and the stars, which you can't tell in the sewers, so it was literally whatever you wanted it to be. But eventually, everyone settled on calling him Deke, and his pet rat, Mr. Bojangles. So originally, Deke had requested a toenail from each of you in order to help to pay the toll. Come to find out, the toll literally just got you into his house, which was a dead end. But the only person who paid the toll was Lami, with a vial of dragon spit, which through an array of blustering and intimidation, what the hell's your name? Ronan was actually able to steal back, and then as sort of guided the rest of you down along this adventure. So he guides you back into that central cistern, and he takes a quick look around the room, and it takes you down this where all of the sewage has been flowing off to the west. And he was up in the, for those of you following along with the map, he was up in the northeast corner. So he basically came out and was like, that's where we're going, and came down into where all the main runoff has been pouring. And while you were there, you sort of follow this corridor down to the end where it's sort of formed into a whirlpool, and a lot of the bigger pieces of debris through centripetal force get thrown out to the side. So there's piles of refuse, potion bottles, like bits of trash that people are just like, they just throw into the sewers for whatever. A lot of dead leaves and branches and stuff like that. In that, you guys found an assortment of weapons and armor, and a couple of bodies. So you guys found a coat and a hat and a bandolier belt that Robbie is now wearing the duster. Frank is wearing the hat, and Maury is wearing the ammo belt, more as a bandolier because it's a little big for him. And as Thalia remembered after seeing some of the gear, she remembers that this belonged to Dusty Drew, one of the adventurers that had been sent down previously to investigate why the sewers were having issues.
Was he like that guy from Charlie Brown? That wherever
Big
he
Pen?
went, there was just yeah, Big Pen.
I don't know, Thalia. Would you like to describe Dusty Drew for the party?
Let's see. Yeah, he was kind of a short little fella, but carried himself like he was 6 foot. And then, yeah, he had the duster. Really dirty, though. Like, yeah, there was, like, dust everywhere. I thought it was a spell or, like, maybe a minor illusion or something. Not sure if it was real, though. We never did find out. We were going to work on that.
But he's dead. No sign of a body. You also found pressed up against the large grates on the far side of the room for extra runoff, the the basically skeletal remains of Julian's somber shield, one of the other adventurers who'd been sent down. Julian is now clad in Lami's old armor, and Lami is now wearing Julian's somber shield's full plate.
Nice.
However, again, completely skeletonized, very, very little meat left on it, and does not match the body of Quid, who Lythar found tucked away in a separate corner. Quid appeared to have just been like a straight up normal human, more the stealth member of the group, like the head wrapping to sort of break up his outline. He appeared to have been a member of the Bleak Walkers for reconnaissance, and he appeared to have been murdered by self-induced poison, suicide by poison, like the old school cyanide capsule in the teeth. And there's no sign of the fourth member of the group as of yet. And so as you went on this adventure, let's see what else. Oh, Maury now has a pair of firearms that Dusty was known to carry.
Pew pew pew.
And so when asked, "Hey, is this where the metal dwarf went?" Deke went, no, he went the other way, and proceeded to begin to lead up to the flight of the stairs. When the cloaker dropped out of the ceiling and grabbed onto Ronan, you guys were able to just kick the shit out of it really, really quickly once you were able to rip it off of him. And so you basically just murdered the shit out of it. And I believe Ronan pulled a bunch of skin and hide off of it.
Oh, yeah, I didn't add that to my stuff.
Then it didn't exist.
Well,
No,
you
you're good.
reminded me, so.
Yes, I did. So yeah, you pulled a bunch of hide off of it, and as we are currently standing, you guys took a quick little breather, and so you're standing in the light of Lami's glowing sword. That's glowing a very strong, kind of soothing silver light. It's very, very bright, and so you can see pretty much the entirety of this chamber. And yeah.
Ooh, DM, question for you.
Yes. Player
what do
question.
my spell slots look like and my health?
You were completely untouched because you didn't get a turn.
Excellent.
You did nothing.
Has a dawn come since we fought the mound?
No.
Okay.
It's
damn.
been maybe an hour.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. This has been a fairly quick adventure.
That's
It's just slow because
a
of
3-hour video took place in 1 hour of game time.
We'll say 2. We'll say 2 hours. There's a lot of walking, and also talking with Deke has been a misadventure.
Huh.
You guys also covered like 3 days worth of ground in an episode, so
Oh.
it's true. Welcome to D&D.
I would like to say, now that our DM is realizing our full potential, I am looking forward to rolling new characters next week. So
Everyone should always have a spare.
I have multiple.
In Mike's game, I have a second character drawn up and ready to go that he was kind enough to give me as a hireling. So now when my one cleric dies, I can replace him with the other cleric. I'm ready. After the dragon fight, I'm more than ready. Black dragons tickle. So that's where we will open our scene with everyone kind of standing around. You've pulled. Did I tell you? Do you remember how much hide we pulled off that?
You said it was enough for like a cloak.
I think it was like a half cloak, half cape.
Yeah, but I'm I have a plan for it, and it's not for me.
Okay, great. I'll allow it.
Half cloak. Come on.
I'll just cover my
amazing-
legs, so it'll just
It's
look
very
like I'm like
curtsying.
floating around.
That would actually
Yeah, make a
be.
skirt. There you go.
You would absolutely get advantage on all curtsy checks if you turn that into a skirt.
Ooh.
I will decree it. Anyway,
since your cloaker skirt of curtsying is on, you get advantage.
Or it's just like, what is he gesturing with? Oh my god, those are pants. He's not just covered by darkness. Anyway, so we will open our scene. We will open our scene
Shit,
there.
There's a kitty.
There's a kitty.
Um,
What's the kitty's name?
Sorry,
It's very important.
very distracting.
Deke, for
Made
what
us.
it's worth, is standing there kind of nervously. Mr. Bojangles is perched on his shoulders, and they're both doing this. And just kind of looking around. Deke has been apologetic, and like after the cloaker's been off, he's like run over to Ronan and is like sort of dusting him off. And is just like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that was going to happen. How was I supposed to know that was going to happen? I don't understand. That's why I don't come down here. No one comes back from here. I told you that.
What was this place called again? The pit of never returning or something.
The pit of despair.
Oh yes, that's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, pit of despair. That sounds good. We'll go with that. Pit of despair.
Well,
Yes.
I must say, little one, I originally did not like you, but seeing as you know your way with a blade, I dislike you a little less. So you have.
You're welcome. He kind of perks up.
I
Mr.
curtsy.
Bojangles does the same, like kind of perks up. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah. He's like, so, yes, dwarf.
Dwarf.
You're looking for the metal dwarf.
I don't see him down here.
No, you're right. He's not here. Oh no. And he turns and he looks at the cistern, which the glowing metal pot that Ronan hurled down into it is no longer there. But when you remember when you hurled that pot down, it kind of spiraled around. There were a bunch of shapes and things in the water, and then it was sucked through a crevice at the bottom.
And there were large creatures.
Yes,
the bottom
there
of
were
the cistern.
absolutely things that were. There were things with lots of teeth in there.
Mm-hmm. I asked Curtis later what they were, and he told me to roll a nature check, and I rolled like a 2, and he was like, they looked like things. So,
Yep.
don't know what they were.
So yeah, is there anything else you guys want to do here before Deke guides you out?
We took a short rest, right?
Yes.
Okay, just check.
It was
Can I
just
do-
it didn't smell great, but what you gonna do?
So this is a little weird for me just because I had to miss the last playthrough, so I'm a little out of the loop.
Mhm.
But is there only one way we could go? Or is there multiple ways he could take us?
From here, this was just one of the paths.
Okay.
So
Well, you said
maybe-
he was like
Dead
he was
end.
gonna lead us. Is there like another way we could go technically?
So you guys, his home is up here, up in A. He came out of A and put you into D, and you guys came up from here. So there are three paths you have not taken yet.
And he said he's gonna lead us out of the sewers, right?
He's
I was saying
or
as to where
towards-
the dwarf went.
He's gonna lead us somewhere.
Could I make a perception check to see if he's being faulty at all? Or would that not be character?
that'll be in I can see you not trusting him after the ambush. That would actually be insight to see if somebody's telling the truth.
If
you wanna
it
do an
doesn't make
insight check.
sense to do that,
No, it makes
I'm
sense.
only asking because I don't know what happened. But
If so
Lythar
he's
knows what happened.
Lythar always knows.
Like there was an ambush. I don't know.
like this thing dropped out of the ceiling, and you just found the bodies of 3 of the 4 people that were down here previously. If you feel like that's grounds for suspicion, you can absolutely roll insight and and see if you believe him.
Yeah,
that
why
he
not?
Or so are you asking if he actually saw the dwarf, or if he's just gonna is he going
like
to
if he
lead us?
actually, like if he saw the dwarf / if he's like actually going to lead us to
Okay.
somewhere where we.
Yeah,
go.
roll insight for me. Give me that sweet insight check.
It's- Natural 20, baby.
Oh,
So
one knows bank account number.
Is this going to be a waste of a nat 20?
it's that's the first roll of the game. That's a good start.
I told you when I roll my actual dice at home, I roll great.
So yeah, you Yeah, he saw the dwarf. He misunderstood because you had mentioned other people being down here, and he was like, they all went that way. And then you're like, metal dwarf, and he went, oh, he went that way. And so he led you here. He honestly did not know about the cloaker because he does not come down here.
Okay.
And you could tell that he's very nervously doing something like this. He's not about it. So anything
Now
else you
we
guys want to
know.
do in this room
I think we
before
cleared it, didn't we?
you cleared it? There's still Quid's body. You guys went through most of the other stuff. Quid's body is still down here, and
Can
Completely
I
still.
like gather the bodies and just like put them in a little pile so that way we know where they are so we can send people to get their bodies later?
there's only 2 bodies.
Oh right, because the
and
other ones,
Ju-
yeah.
Lamy, what did you do with Julian when you were done with him?
I
Did you put him back in the water?
I just put him where he was. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he's back pressed up against this crate.
I didn't want to wake him.
Okay. So yeah, Chris, if you want to pull him out of the water,
I do.
okay. No, you pull them out and you set them together.
Seems like the neighborly thing to do.
Okay. So as you're piling the bodies together, a slip of paper falls out of Quid's hand.
Was he the one that was in the water?
No.
Okay.
He was the one. He was off to the side. He's the one who.
Oh, he's the
killed
one with the
himself.
tooth. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, with the cyanide tooth. A little slip of paper has, like, kind of falls out of his hand.
I grab it.
Okay.
I'm like, what is this? And I open it and I look at it.
What language do you speak?
I speak common and giant.
Okay. Shit. I might hang on.
No one speaks this.
I can't read.
It's written in the ancient language of the Sith.
No,
Oh.
I thought it was.
Yeah, nobody.
I had it written in Thieves' Cant, but Thieves' Cant is not a written language. This is why you do your research ahead of time. So it is written in common. And it
What
just
does it
says
say?
all it says in this really scrawling hand. I can't let them take me. I won't let it happen.
The way is
Goodbye.
shut.
And that's all it says. There's an inky thumbprint next to the end of it.
I think I found something of importance, and I go over the folia.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Would I know what them he's talking about? Since
it
I know
could-
he's associated with that one group.
Them is vague.
Okay.
There's from what you know from when Quid got hired, he like Bleak Walkers don't panic.
Okay.
This is very out of character for someone who has made it into the Bleak Walkers and seen much worse things.
Okay.
Bleak Walkers go through, like, they will sneak into enemy encampments for assassinations. They do the dirty work. They're basically the spec ops of
Yeah.
the spec
Okay,
ops.
so
And this guy, from the evidence you can see, wrote a suicide note and took himself out because of something he saw down here.
Can I
So
do
I
a
will-
perception check of the ceiling to make sure there aren't like more cloakers up there?
Cloakers are solitary by nature.
Oh, okay, but other
so-
things.
Sure, if you want to make a perception check, I will not stop you.
While he's doing that, I'm just gonna take the note and, without saying anything else, put it in a book and not talk about it to the rest of the group.
Okay.
It's a 9.
There
There is a ceiling.
You see a ceiling.
It's got like grits and stuff like that. There is a patch there's a cloaker shaped patch that's a little brighter. That's a little brighter than the rest of the ceiling, where it was clearly like parked, hanging out, waiting for people to show up.
It's like a cloaker tramp stamp.
Sure.
Cloaker whale tail, but yes. So, but yeah. So there's nothing else on the ceiling coming to get you.
Okay.
However, Deke is still like, Can we go now?
Deke, do you know of anything that lives down here besides you? Like on the
lots
normal? Anything
Lots of things live down
scary?
here, yeah. Do you? I think there's
Besides
they're not,
the
they're not
thing
scary.
that came from the ceiling.
Well, there's the guild, but they're not scary. They're actually pretty nice when you talk to them. And you see his tail starting to wiggle a little more. And he's like, no, the guild is nice. We like the guild. Do you want to meet the guild? Do you want to meet the guild? I can introduce you to the guild. We don't have many friends here. I like. Ooh, yeah. Do you want to meet the guild? Yeah.
I turn to the group, specifically towards Lythar, and I'm like, do you want to meet the guild?
What is the guild?
They're my friends. They live down here. They make their lives down here, and they don't bother me, which is nice. But I can talk to them about stuff, and no, they're nice. We really like them. They're really nice. They don't have to pay the toll after the first dozen did. Yeah, they get free passage. Yeah.
What's his name? Deke?
Yes.
Teak.
So I look at Deke and I say, hold your tongue. Basically, just shut the fuck up. Fancy way of saying shut up.
Uh-huh.
And then I just look at Ronan. I say, let's find the dwarf.
You can unhold your tongue.
I would like to see the guild.
I knew that would backfire.
Let go of your tongue.
What other people get along with this creature?
I am kind of interested in this guild. Going to lie.
Maybe some. Well, if the dwarf didn't go that way, but maybe some of them saw it. Maybe they can help.
Mr. Teak.
Mhm.
Are these other human-like creatures, or are they rats?
Good question.
And he looks over at Mr. Bojangles, and Mr. Bojangles is just like, Deke's just like, let me introduce you. That'll just make this whole. It's. Come on, I'll just do the. Let's just come with me. I'll just introduce you guys.
Well, onward to meet the rats then.
Yes-ish. For a short answer, yes-ish.
They're giant rat people.
And he trundles up the stairs of learning. The stairs of learning, as we discussed last time.
Kendrick, I believe your microphone is in poor placement. Thanks. That made it worse, I think. Unless it's not you.
I haven't talked, so.
No, it's
breathing.
Great. We'll edit that out. We'll fix that in post. So as you guys resume your trek up the stairs of learning,
Up the stairs. Do I feel as if I've learned something?
Demonetized.
Sued by Papa.
You feel. Give me a knowledge check.
Okay.
Or actually, what would you want to learn? Give me an intelligence check. Just straight up intelligence. We'll just
straight up intelligence works for me. 5.
You learn your sword can glow when you need it to. And in that, you have become a smarter fighter, and you never have to worry about torches again.
I'm gonna walk real proud of myself.
Big dick energy. Anybody else want to roll intelligence on the stairs of learning? I'll give you. No, nothing?
I learned that
I feel
large
like I
fish
would.
live in water. I
Okay,
learned that
yeah.
cloakers like to hug you.
That's a 6.
You learned that cloakers are way scarier in person than they are on paper. You can do all the reading about zoology and biology you want. There is nothing scarier than the fact that thing could have eaten your face, and it would have hurt you a lot more than it hurt Ronan, which would have been a real bad time. You also learned that the easiest way to fight a cloaker is to get it off of whoever is cloaked. So yeah, any other rolls for the stairs of knowledge? The stairs of learning?
So not much.
Is everyone going to take a roll on the stairs?
Might as well, right?
Um,
I got a 3.
Screw it. Started out the
good
night with
tonight.
a nat 20. Now look at
Yeah.
us. Now look at us.
How quick? Oh man, it only took us
19.
it was a 3-hour session, and we went through an hour of stuff. I wonder why.
Yeah, I got
So,
19.
all right, so we'll start with Brandon because he got a 3. You learned that also the easiest way to kill a cloaker is to rip it off the person it's cloaking.
Oop, bye, Deeps.
Oh, we lost him.
I learned
didn't
that
want to
Deeps
learn.
ran away.
He didn't want to learn about the stairs. Lythar, what's a good thing for you to learn? Yeah, you basically like you've definitely learned something about these sewers and how they work, and also
And how I
the cloak.
don't like it.
Yeah, no, this is the opposite of a forest. This is
Yeah.
not quite your nightmare, but it is not pleasant. Mr. Ronan, you now know intimately the internal physiology of a cloaker mouth and how it feels to have it wrapped around your face at various increments. Congratulations, you are wiser than you were an hour ago.
Dope.
At least.
So as y'all trundle your way up the stairs, you get back to that main central cistern where you fought that shambling mound. All of the debris from the mound is gone. And it looks like there has been an increase in output, to put it politely. It just seems like at some point there was enough water that it spilled over that central mound and just pushed all that debris down. Like you guys just passed it on your way down as it rushed by. So now that central cistern is just bare. It's just bare stone with a couple of there's still some turds and shit on it and some slime, but nothing. It's starting to dry from sunlight coming through the top, and there's no debris on it. Deke just kind of keeps running and hopping. Mr. Bojangles actually takes point on this, and he leads you down. Let me check my map.
He slipped on the slime.
Did you roll the slip on the slime?
No.
Okay. No, you guys, if you take your time, you guys will be fine. If you want to try and keep up with Deke and Mr. Bojangles, that will be a check. So
I don't want to get the poo on me.
Yeah. So he takes you off into one of the larger tunnels. This one going to the northwest. And this one, he kind of gestures you close, and he's like, "Excuse me, Mr. Dragon Man. I know you
Yes,
picked a hole.
Mr. Cheek.
Can you turn that? Can you make that less eye hurty? They don't like light.
O'Reilly.
I'm gonna stare at my sword
Demonetize.
and just kind of give it a.
It works. Yeah, it kind of just it flickers a little more as it gets a little lower. And it's just it's a little less bright, but it's a low, steady silver. And
Nice.
Deke is like, "Oh, we'll come up." Takes you guys into this tunnel.
Which tunnel is he taking us in?
He's taking you guys down tunnel E.
Is that the 1 o'clock tunnel?
That is the 11 o'clock tunnel.
11 o'clock tunnel. Okay.
So he takes you guys down this tunnel, and this one is a very long, winding. It's a single straight shot with a. There's a few sort of branching paths, but with the light of Lami's sword, you can see that they just come to a dead end and a chute coming down from the ceiling. Basically, just this is where the mains drop in and flush everything, and it all comes back down this path. A couple of storm drains. Most of these are grated. A lot of these side pathways have very heavy duty steel grates to prevent people from skulking around inside of these gates. But as you guys, this tunnel seems to go on for this tunnel probably goes for half a mile.
Excuse
Just
me,
these
Mr.
various
Feet.
options.
How much longer will we be walking down here?
We should have found them by now. Maybe they moved. They keep moving. They keep moving things on me, and I don't know why. Oh, here. Then he's like, oh, wait. And he turns to a grate. And he starts kind of looking at it. He starts running his fingers down the vertical structure. It's like, it's around here somewhere. It should be one of these. And he goes, ah, and he hooks his finger around the vertical support and gives it a tug. And it looked like a single piece of steel pops out and swings towards you on a hinge that you couldn't see before. He's like, ah, here's the tunnel. And he moves off down this tunnel. He's like, come on, come quick.
I follow.
I'm gonna follow Ronan.
I'm also going to follow.
I'm gonna say to Ronan, where the hell are we going?
To the guild.
The rat
As
guild.
as you guys are continuing to move,
Maybe they'll have lollipops.
Mr. Bojangles
And ale.
Mr. Bojangles keeps like running forward and running back, and running forward and running back, and running forward and running back. And he's just like, I know, buddy. I know we're all excited. We're going to introduce them to our friends. This will be great. I like these guys. They're my friends. Like, it's fine. It's totally fine. We'll say they all paid the toll. And I have that dragon spit here somewhere. That'll impress them. That'll be great. Just you watch, Mr. Bojangles. This is gonna be great. And then keep moving. And as you guys get closer, you're starting to see this very steady green glow coming like from far down. There's a straight shot tunnel, probably 250 feet. And at the end is this very faint, luminous green glow. And Deke is like, yeah. And he starts running, and the tunnel starts to shrink. And so he starts to like kind of get lower to the ground. And so he's not quite on his belly, but he's on his hands and knees, and he's going. He's like, come on, I'll make introductions. Just come on. Scurries off into this green light at the end. Thank you, Chris. Hang on, I can do that as well. I can do that max out green. Is that working?
A little bit
for me.
A little bit.
There's too much extra light. Anyway, so yeah, you guys all will manage to squeeze through this gap. Ronan, it will take a minute.
I start squeezing.
You squeeze
Must
through.
we push him through?
I don't think so. It's from what, like, once you get down close to it, you see that this is clearly like a pretty well traveled path. It's been worn smooth by all these feet and what look like scratch marks.
Oh. It's the Ninja Turtles.
And as you
their shells
come
bumping up
into-
against stuff.
It's all turtles.
as you come in to the as all of you squeeze and pop in, the green light, once you get past this little gap, is almost blinding, but once your eyes adjust to it, once you get past the fact that everything has this like sickly green cast to it. No, that's less green. That's worse. Once you get past the fact that there's this sickly green cast to it, you can actually see this chamber pretty well. This chamber is probably another probably 100 feet. It's another just big 150 foot circle. This one is packed with furry humanoids. They look like enormous bipedal rats.
I'm staying by the exit.
First of all, what was this guy doing with his rats?
Deke is standing at the entrance, and he's doing this, and Mr. Bojangles is also doing this, and everyone's just very excited. He's like, I can't wait to meet my friends. It's gonna be great. And as you guys kind of pop up, you see, and they haven't really noticed you yet. But as Ronan starts squeezing through the gap, he starts making a little more noise and hearing like the scraping of steel against the stone. Finally, one of them looks up and just like, you see these tiny black eyes over this enormous, like this huge nose with the two typical front teeth sticking out, just turn and just go. Pat, pat, pat. He pats the guy next to him. The guy next to him looks and goes, pat, pat, pat. And like a wave of everyone just stopping and staring at you. And you see these green highlights reflected on all these beady black eyes They're all staring at you.
Hi.
Ronan, I don't like this.
They're his friends.
Do we trust him?
His friends.
Are they doing anything, or are they just looking at us? Are we all
They
in there?
are. You guys are all in the room. Like, you're still up against the exit.
Approximately
Still pretty
how
close to
many
them.
are there?
Um,
Do I have to
judging by the
perceive
eyes,
this?
there's a shitload.
We
To
talking
put it
like
in
metric
a common,
or
American. It's an American shitload.
Okay.
Which could mean like there's
so like a jacked up S10 Chevy pickup with like a wooden bed that's falling apart, just like piled in there, with a little Confederate flag
What?
on the back.
think
What?
more like a. That's an oddly specific frame of reference.
I'm
Yeah.
in
concerned about
Florida
that.
right now. I see that a lot.
Okay. This
Oh.
like this room is not quite shoulder to shoulder. There's gotta be at least, from what you can tell, where the light is. There's gotta be at least 100. And they're just packed in here. They clearly have no problem with being this close to each other.
Deke,
Mm.
do you want to do some introductions?
I just turned. Hello, I am Robbie.
The one closest to Robbie just goes. You turns to his friend, and you hear chittering like an enormous rat is like a rat in the walls, but much louder and bigger. And the other one turns and goes up. And he like the two of them start like having a conversation. And you want to reach out and slaps the back of his head and goes kick. He ducks and scampers off on all four. None of the other rats have moved.
Mm.
And the first rat, the one that responded to the wave, steps forward, and turns to Deke and goes, "Who are they?" Deke's like, "Oh, these are my friends. Like Mr. Bojangles likes them, and they paid the toll. And yeah, they said they're looking for somebody, and I figured you might want to meet my friends." And the first one's like, "You idiot! Why did you bring them here? Well, they know these. They'll know where we are. And what happens if they know where we are? We have to move again. He's off getting the Seer. Don't do this again, Deke.
Seer.
We talked about this." He takes a step back and turns back and sort of resumes his place. And Deke is like, "Oh, okay. I'll see you."
I walk forward a step and I curtsy. Do I have to roll for that?
I would love a performance check on this
God
curtsy,
damn
please.
it.
Every time.
Every time, buddy. You started this.
Every time. That's a... 12.
They are they look at you very confused, because this does not appear to like these huge lumbering forms take a step forward and did this weird like crouch thing, but then he stood back up and like did something with his furs, and it was, I don't know what this is. Like the general consensus is like, what was that? Is he threatening? Is he what does he want? Does he want food? Is he hungry? I don't get it.
I look at the one that came out and talked to Deke, and I'm gonna... Hello there, friend. We mean you no harm. We are looking for someone who came into the sewers, a metal dwarf.
The Seer is coming. He will tell you.
The Seer.
The Seer.
The
Yes.
Se-
Yes. And he turns and like pushes his way back through the crowd. And the crowd immediately, kind of following his lead, pulls back and gives you like a 25-foot berth. And they are like packed on top of each other, sort of climbing on each other up the walls to give you this space.
Should go.
Uh,
Do we
I- I-
continue
I-
forward?
They said they were getting him.
Does that mean we wait here then?
Or we leave. We could leave.
I kind of want to wait here. This could be fun.
I
My
kind of
thought
want to
looks
wait.
at. I look at Ronan. I just go, I don't know this at all.
I give him a gentle pat on his head and don't worry, little friend. I've got this. I'm very skilled at negotiating.
God.
I love the confidence of the Goliath negotiator. It's nothing quite like it.
Perfect.
So, how long are you? So, 10 minutes goes by. Nothing.
We've been standing here for 10 minutes.
You've been standing for about 10 minutes and nothing. They have not moved. They've kind of squiggled around and like whoever's on top of the rat pile has changed slightly. But they have not moved.
Thrall, do you have any cherries left? I'm a little hungry.
I believe I gave them all to Lythar.
Oh,
He
Lythar,
ate them.
you ate all of the cherries.
While this conversation's happening, I'm gonna start moving forward and see what happens.
They keep that 20-foot, they keep that 25-foot circle around you. Like they keep this just bubble of space away from how far are you going to walk forward?
I don't know, 30, 40 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So as you walk forward, it's like you're walking into the ocean, except the ocean is furry and smells awful. And it has has just all these glittering eyes and teeth in this dull green light.
like the first party I went to in college.
Like most of the parties I went to in college. And so as you walk forward, once you sort of clear that gap, they close in around you. They still keep the distance starts to shrink a little bit. It's only 20, like they start to close in like 15 to 20 feet, but they still keep out of range. They still keep out of arm's reach for the most part. They still keep that space with everybody else back at the door.
I'm gonna follow.
Okay. Are you following close behind, or are you going to kind of stagger yourself in between?
I'm gonna follow close behind. I think as I saw him walking off, would have just started trudging along.
So the two of you like kind of moving together. The rest of them kind of keep that. They're still like a little closer than they were before. They're definitely out of weapons range. And as you walk closer, you're starting to see they're starting to get more agitated. And in the darkness, in that green light, you're starting to see glints of bronze weapons and simple cudgels, but also a couple of them have something that is more like armor over their fur. A couple of them even have helmets, and as you push further in, they're starting to get more agitated, and you're starting to see weapons appear in this mass of rodents.
I start walking with my left hand extended.
Ooh.
Okay, just like
Just kind of out to the side.
okay.
Wait, so we don't see this though.
Yeah.
right?
You guys see all this. You see that they're
Okay.
pushing forward.
But do we see them like
No, can we
gathering
see them?
weapons and things?
The armor.
You give me a perception check.
I was
'cause you
saying, can I
guys
roll
are-
perception to see if I could notice this?
Can I
See
assist
weapons
him
like that.
by picking him up a little bit?
He's already at height. There's not a ton of height space in this
Oh,
room.
okay,
You're
then.
crouching.
Can I just roll
can
2
see-
then? Just
Yeah,
for the
if
fun
you
of
guys
it?
want to make perception checks.
19.
Wow. Okay.
Say
I
16.
I got a 13.
I got a 14.
Okay. So you guys are so Thrall, you're seeing, you don't see the weapons per se, but your experience in combat shows you that this is a mob. This is an angry mob, and with this many of them, if this goes into a fight, boy, you might not be able to get to them in time to help them out, because there are just so many of them. They could rip them to shreds. You've been in towns before where enough angry citizens, it doesn't matter how much armor you're wearing, they'll rip you out of it. and beat you to death with it. You see like a couple of weapons, and you're like, oh, your general vibe is like this could go south very quickly if they become agitated. You guys in the back, you're starting to see that kind of agitation, like you've just thrown a rock into a lake, and it's starting to like the water is still kind of reacting from that rock being
I've got
thrown
a
in.
bad feeling about this.
I'm going to cast message at who's moving forward again?
Robbie and
Lami.
Lami.
Lami. Okay, I'm gonna cast message to Lami and say, "You should stop now. They're agitated. We can't get to you if, or no, I don't know it, but you should stop."
I'm gonna kind of look up confused.
Oh,
As
are those the voices?
and look
You
around.
can, you can reply if you want.
Nope. I'm just gonna look around.
are you my
confused.
conscience?
And then
What is wrong?
I'm gonna look around at all these now slightly armed rodents, and just kind of smile and wave,
Um,
and
and-
just stop moving.
So as you stop moving, you see in the back that green glow is getting brighter and brighter and brighter. But it seems to be kind of moving in bursts. So the brightness like just goes, vroom, vroom, but it's continuing to get closer.
Readying my bow, but like not super obvious to alarm them. But I'm kind of like, oh shit.
Make a sleight of hand check
God.
to do that without them noticing.
Oh shit. It's okay. I got a +5. It's Dex.
Rolls
Don't
a
say
Watch me
one.
rolling that one.
Don't say that.
Don't.
Yeah,
Plus
don't say
5,
that.
that'll be great.
I got a +5. I got an 18.
Okay, so you manage to like get your bow into your hand and your arrow in the other, and you're just kind of casually just like bringing your hands together in front of you, and you just like you're knocking that arrow to your bow. You're ready, but it would take you like you're not actively looking.
I still gotta
threatening.
draw like.
You
Yeah.
still have to pull up, sight, draw, and
Yeah.
shoot, which is easy, but it's a little less threatening. And they just see that your hands are clasped in front of you with these two things. And so like they're starting to get a little agitated towards where that light is coming from. But it comes up a side tunnel, and you see this. It looks almost like an enormous magical circle. That you've heard in stories. It's got all these weird sigils and several concentric circles and triangles and stuff like that. And inside is a roughly carved piece of green glowing stone that's throwing the same light as everything around you. This is just a much brighter source of light. And you're starting to see the ratmen pulling away in a similar way that you guys have that area around you where no one's bothering you. They're pulling away and making sort of a pathway directly to you. And as the rats start to pull back, Lami and Robbie, you see first that this is actually the decorations on a staff that is being used as a walking stick by a very, very old rat. In it, like just a dark gray robe. He has a rope belt around his waist, and it is decorated with skulls of various things. It doesn't look like any rat skulls, but definitely like something vaguely humanoid. There's something that looks like a crocodile skull that he's wearing as part of a headpiece. The top jaw of the crocodile extends past his snout, and he's just very slowly moving forward and stepping up, and the pulse of light is every time he moves that staff forward, and when it hits, it kind of lets out this boom, and he catches up to the staff, boom, keeps coming, and he's just focused on one foot in front of the other, and the rat that ran off before is following close behind him. Head is bowed very clearly, just like following him as instructed, but not raising his eyes from the floor. He's probably 15 feet away from Robbie and Lami at this point, but they have cleared this path directly to him that's probably 5 feet wide.
I'm gonna wave at him.
Hello, I am Robbie.
He stops for a second and he looks up. He goes, "The construct." And the man in silver. And he puts his head back down.
Who do you think he's referring to, Robbie?
What's this guy talking about?
I have no idea. Discord just crashed.
Did you miss?
Oh,
where
the
did
whole
you-
thing. As
Okay.
soon as you looked.
Perfect. So the old rat looks up and goes, "The construct and the man in silver."
To which I said,
Hmm.
who do you think he's referring to, Robbie?
I believe I am in silver.
I think you're right.
He keeps walking forward. Robbie, roll. Do. Are you proficient in Arcana or religion?
Arcana.
Give me an Arcana check.
Yeah. Nat 20 for a 25.
It's the Eye of Orlando Bloom from
So the
Avengers.
you look at, like, as you kind of do a once over, you see just that command bar pop up and just go analyze. There's you don't see this sort of, like, you take a look and you just kind of give it the staff this once over. You feel this kind of guidance to look at this staff, and as you look at it, you're starting to see that this is a weapon as well as a symbol of office. This is not, basically, the stone is the source of power, and it is also the focus. It's out of character. It's basically they found a hunk of plutonium, and they're like, "This gives us magic," and so they put it in a staff, which is why, but it is, when it's fed into all of the magic and all of the rituals, it will extend the lifespan of the person in that office. It's entirely likely that this rat has tripled his lifespan because of his office and because of this staff.
He's over 40 days old.
Yes. He and it's to the point where, like, this is, so after that analysis and you kind of run through all the numbers, and the command line pops up and just be like, "Be aware," and it clicks off.
So I'm gonna kind of just look blank-faced at Lami. That staff has power. Should we take it?
I see this. It's shiny. We have our own shiny item. We don't need another one.
I believe you misinterpret what I mean by power. Excuse me, sir.
Most
How
likely.
old are you?
And he
You
pulls
don't just
forward,
ask a rat its age.
and he gets right up to you, and so, like, he doesn't stop walking until the tip of the alligator skull clunks into your chest, and because he's just been, like, feet down, tunk. He looks up, and this close, you can see that his eyes are completely milked over, and he just goes, "I am eternal. I am before, am now, and will be again.
What about later?
Perhaps later." And he looks back at Robbie and goes, this is all, it's a very, like, reedy, whispery voice. The room is dead silent, so you guys kind of hear snippets of this, but you're not hearing the whole conversation. The rats have also cleared the path between Robbie and Lami and the rest of the group. They have all pushed as far up against the walls as they can. And so the seer looks directly into your eyes, Robbie. He goes, "Well, aren't you an interesting one?"
He's in silver.
"A construct who's been imbued." And he reaches out a hand, very slowly reaches out a hand and grabs your arm and works his way down to the hand. And he runs his thumb over the palm and he goes, "Ah, of course. Of course the Primus made a choice. You are fortunate. You appear confused."
That statement is accurate.
"You do not know." "Ah, I understand. It is not time yet. My apology."
I'm gonna stick my hand out and say, "Do me."
Two questions. What hand do you stick out?
Not the one with the sword.
Not the one with the sword. Great. Is that the hand with the ring on it?
Yes.
Okay. So you reach out your hand, you're like, do me. And he goes, huh? And he reaches a hand over and he touches, just like the palm of his hand presses up against the ring. He goes, "Well, now, this is earlier than expected."
Should I go and come back?
No, you are here. Events are beginning. You four, 1, 2, and he looks, and despite the fact that he's clearly
because
blind,
I have no idea how many there.
there are 5, 6, the 6 of you back there. Come closer. Let me see if I was correct. He starts to like kind of fiddle with his whiskers.
I'm gonna say I start walking first because I'm curious if this guy actually can see into our futures and destinies and purposes, and that's something to figure out. So I'm a little stumbling.
Remember that time that your mic was too close to your face?
What?
Now it's too far away from your face.
I'm the first. I would say I start walking first because
Okay.
I'm curious about my purpose, and it seems like this guy might be crazy enough to know what he's talking about.
So you walk up.
I'm like a little eager with this. I'm like, oh.
So he reaches out, and as you get close, he goes, "No, your time. You are almost ripe. Your time is very soon, my friend." And he gives
just nod my head.
he gives a slight bow, and in Elvish, weirdly accented Elvish, he goes, "Look to the moon for the answers you seek."
I'm gonna look up because I also speak Elvish.
Or
A dragon
underground, you dingus.
who speaks Elvish?
Wait a minute. You speak Elvish?
Yeah, it comes from my background.
But we're also underground. We can't see the moon.
I'm not
He
smart.
doesn't mean right now.
I think he did mean right now.
You're smart.
did
You
mean
should
right
know
now.
these things.
Who wants to walk up next?
I have a negative intelligence.
I'm going to walk up whenever Thalia walks up. Going to be
I'll walk up next.
quite defensive of
Okay.
my bard friend.
So Thrall walks up.
I'm gonna keep my hand on my sword, my long sword, though.
Your sword on you just kind of keep it on your hilt.
Yeah.
He goes, "Oh, they didn't tell me about you." And he looks and he gets right up and like he lifts the hood. He lifts the alligator head up so he can get a good look at you. And he starts walking around and does a full circuit of you, sniffing, just kind of sniffing all over you. He goes,
I stink. We're in the poo.
"We're all in the poo."
They're used to that smell.
And he goes, "You are not as expected, but you have the heart for it. What is it that you seek? Why are you here?"
Trying to find my mother.
"Ah, family. Family." He reaches out and pats you on the shoulder and goes, "Noble. You will find answers. They may not be exactly what you'd hoped, but you will find answers here." And he snaps his fingers, and the rat who's standing behind him, like, has been basically like in the conversation. He has gone completely down, like on knees, genuflecting before the seer. And he snaps and goes, "Bring me Thankful. He will have answers." And the rat goes, "Yes, sir," and just scampers off. Up to this point, they've all been running on their back feet. This dude drops to all fours and guns it and just zips back down that hole that he came from. Who's next?
Nobody.
Okay.
I nod to Ronan.
He
I nod back and I take a step forward. Thalia, are you following?
Yeah.
All right.
He,
We walk up together.
he goes,
And I take a knee in front of him.
In the poo.
he kind of looks and takes his thumb and runs it. Do you have face tattoos like you do in your image
Mhm.
on D&D Beyond? So he takes his thumb and he's following your face tattoos perfectly. There's no indentation or raising of the skin, but he knows exactly where these tattoos are.
Creepy.
You have very soft hands.
You flatter me, but that will not change what has happened and what will happen. I'm sorry. And he turns to Thalia. He goes, "Someone," does another real quick, very, very close inspection of you, Thalia. He goes, "Ah, the words. That is what you seek. We
In a
have
way.
no," and this is very, very quiet whisper. And he leans in close and is basically whispering right in your ear. His breath, it smells surprisingly good.
Oh,
And as he's right up in your face, it smells kind of like spearmint.
okay. I can respect that.
He leans in very, very close to your ear and he goes, "The words here will only bring disaster. Do not, whatever you do, heed them. You must heed them." And he takes a step back. And he looks dead on at Maury. He goes,
I'm gonna tuck myself behind Frank just a little bit.
That may be the why. And his voice comes back, and it seems to be filling the room. And he goes, that may be the wise choice, Morris.
Oh.
Moranus, I'm sorry. I missed that. That may be the wise. You may have chosen the wisest choice, Moranus. Which I just got, and I feel really awkward about it.
I've got a pizza here for Seymour. Seymour asses.
Because that may have been the wiser choice. To know one's future can be a great burden as well as a great boon. I can respect that choice. And he takes the step back, lowers the alligator hood to covering his face, and stands there, silent, unmoving.
Well, do you have a name, Seer, or should we call you Seer?
They call me the Seer. You can call me whatever you choose. It does not impact me, for I know my name.
What is your name?
My name is the Seer.
I look puzzled for a moment, and I say, We are on a journey in search of a friend of ours who has become ill. A metal dwarf named Kor.
Yes.
Very shiny.
Trying to find him.
And he turns and he's about to speak, but he turns and has this small cough. He has a coughing fit. It's one of those coughing fits where it's like you hear things, like you dislodge something in your chest because you're hacking up something. And he turns and he spits. And the blood that comes out of his mouth looks black against the green light from his staff.
Yeah.
And he goes, him. That is a puzzle.
Oh,
How so?
Puzzles.
His destiny has been taken from him by those with ill intent. And he looks at Robbie and he goes, you have been sent to find? No. Is it to find? To understand. You cannot kill what you do not understand. Yes.
Not trying to kill him, we're just trying to fix him.
I'll look over at Ronan and say, isn't that kind of the same thing?
I don't believe so.
But it could be.
I'm going to ask in Celestial, who shows you these things?
I don't speak that one.
Oh wait, do I? No, I speak to old men.
I also don't.
He looks to you. Like when you start speaking, you get about halfway through your sentence, his head snaps to you, and the stone in the staff glows, like starts to glow, and he takes it, and he slams it on the ground, and you feel the words that you were about to speak just like wither away in your mouth. You get 3 words into that sentence. You say, "Who shows you?" And like it's almost like they turn to dust as they're leaving your mouth, and you have this weird, gross, kind of filmy taste in your mouth. And he goes, with all due respect, please do not speak that here.
Ooh.
You may ask your questions however you like, but we are close enough to darker things.
Do it again, Thalia. That was cool.
I'll
would-
answer
I
again
would
in
not.
Celestial and say, deepest apologies. Perhaps we shall speak again sometime.
You say, while you're speaking that, this time you get all the way through the sentence. And as you're speaking, the stone continues to glow. And you see the seer with this staff, and the staff itself looks like it's starting to shake. And he quickly reaches up and grabs the stone in the center.
I step
And
in
you
front of Thalia.
You see the green light starting to arc lightning. Viridian lightning starts to just shape around this thing, and he reaches up and grabs it, and you see the lightning leech its way into his arm and into his body. And the glow begins, as quickly as it flared up, it recedes, and you see him pull his arm back, and you see that iridium glow just pass through and just sort of resonate in him. He goes,
I bow and back away.
next time angels spawn, I may not be able to stop it. Please heed my warnings. And at that, you hear the rat feet, the enormous rat feet come chittering up behind you. And you see the rat that had been sent down as a runner, brings up a rat in full armor. But he made very little noise as he ran up. This plate mail has been padded to the point of almost silence. And it has been painted. It has been painted crimson, this blood red crimson. And he is on his back. He has a hooked spear. So just like a probably 3 or 4 foot long spear with a point and also a metal hook around the side. And he runs up and he stands respectfully away from the seer. But he does not bow. He goes, "What is it you want, Gray Seer? Why have you summoned me?" And Seer's like,
Please, happy.
"Yes. Thankful. Thank you for coming on such short notice." He's like, "Spit it out, Seer. I don't have time for your games. What do you want?" He goes, "What do you think of our new companions? Our new visitors here to the guild?" Thankful goes, "Let me see." Ooh. His eyes light up and he looks over at Thrall. He goes, That one would sell for a pretty penny." He looks a little closer and goes, "He would make an excellent product. I could take him upstairs and sell him as is. Earn his weight in platinum." And he looks over the rest of you.
He's worth platinum.
Yeah, to the right buyer. Armor like that. He looks like a fighter. And he gets closer and he goes, "What do you say, orc? Do you fight for the highest bidder? Or do you fight for fun? I know a gladiator or two that could take you on."
I'm just gonna say I strongly suggest you back up.
They all say that. And he turns, and his tail on his way by sort of whips by and flaps you in the chest. "What about the rest of you? Yes. He looks, he's like, well, you're a big one, aren't you?" Looking at Ronan.
Some have said that.
"You're a how do the humans say it? You're a brick shithouse.
I have not heard that one.
The humans use it all the time. That's how they describe their wares, profits, their money to be made. You're just big and you don't even have an axe. What kind of Goliath is without an axe?
A fun one.
Yes, well, we'll see how that goes. And you. And he scoots over to he's just kind of popping randomly through this line. He goes, Elf boy.
He called you boy. Boy.
A little far from the trees, aren't you, elf boy?
I just have a very like mean, glaring face as I look down. He's obviously shorter than us, right?
Correct.
So I'm like
he
looking
stands
down
probably
at him.
4 feet tall.
Yeah, so I'm like pissed, looking at him. I guess my bow and arrow is still like in my hand.
You're still like in front of you.
Yeah.
He is standing like close enough that you'd have to push him out of the way to draw it, or do
Yeah, I
anything
can't.
with it.
I can't. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna look at it. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna look at him, but like very visibly angry at him.
Give me an intimidation check, real quick.
Ah, shit, I can't.
You guys have been patient. We'll let you roll some dice.
I got a -1 for intimidation. My
Boy, I can't wait
charisma
for that
is
big old
ass.
0 to show up.
You're just not scary.
Well, my charisma is also 8. Oh, I got a 14, so that's a 13. Which
He's
probably
like,
is nothing for this guy.
He's like, well, I'll give you this. You put on a good face. And sometimes that's all that matters in my business. So thanks. And he looks around and he looks at Maury and Frank. And he's like, meh. Another tiny man hiding behind a machine.
Ooh.
Meh. Turns.
Frank's jaw just kind of like opens, and you hear like this white noise just come out of his mouth, and
Okay.
glaringly at him.
Okay.
Frank is Bumblebee confirmed.
What's your hold on? This may be relevant. Where's Maury's character sheet? Come here, you. Where is our good buddy Steel Defender?
Okay, so
Give me an intimidation check with advantage.
with
Ooh.
advantage.
And I'll let you use Maury's. Yeah, I'll let you use Maury's charisma.
Ooh.
Which is +0.
Should've
So
It's better than the -2 you're getting from
Oh!
Frank.
true.
He's not very charismatic.
Frank's not a talker.
He's a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah, so it's a 13 total.
Okay. So like when Frank unhinges his jaw and lets out this screeching hiss, that's oddly like it's very similar to the noise that Robbie made when he first encountered him. All of the rats flinch. Thankful manages to like do it less visibly. The Seer doesn't move, but you can see everyone who's up close to him can see this. The closest equivalent would be to a grin. Like you could tell that he's like, yeah, fuck that guy. you got what you deserved. And Thankful's just like sort of drops into a fighting crouch, and he has his hook staff in hand. Goes, tell your machine to turn it off. Puts his sword back and continues walking around. And the Seer goes, always be wary of the little ones, Thankful. They'll always surprise you. And Thankful's like, yeah, you old codger, you fart. Why did you call me here anyway? What is this? The Seer goes, tell them about what you saw today. He goes, what? I didn't see anything. No, I heard you. I know what you saw. You haven't told anybody because you don't want to think it's real. tell them about the dwarf. And Thankful drops to all fours. His tail is lashing, and he just like is chittering at the Grey Seer, or at the Seer. He's like, why should I tell them? Because you don't know what it is. Your bluster and bravado only gets you so far. I see to the rat beneath the armor. This is the first time you guys have heard any malice in the Seer's tone. And it's all directed at this red armored rat in front of him. He goes, so I saw a dwarf. What about it? Because there hasn't been a dwarf in these tunnels since before I was born. They abandoned this place. They left it to the people of the upstairs. No one was in the sewers. No one's in the undertunnels. You remember. Your family line remembers when we came here. You don't, but I do. There hasn't been a dwarf in these tunnels for centuries. And now, while you were scouting for slaves, finding children, small ones to abduct and raise as your own, to send them off to gladiator pits in the West, you saw something you couldn't explain. So you ran. You ran. And all the rats around him start to chitter. And you start to hear snippets of it in common. He ran. He ran. He ran away. Thankful ran. And it starts to echo off the walls. And the Seer holds up his hand. And they all go silent. And he goes, where did he go, Thankful? Where did the metal dwarf go? And Thankful stands up, as tall as he can. His armor he's actually he just stands up, and he has this snarl on his face. Because he went to the door. He went to that damned door, and all the other rats start to chitter amongst themselves. Nothing in common at this point. And the Seer goes, yes, he did. The door. He went down. He went down deeper than we dare to go. And the brave Thankful starts stepping towards him. The brave Thankful couldn't follow. No, you could follow. You didn't. Interesting. And you see the Seer start to go back down the tunnel where he came.
I kind of stand up a little bit and roll my shoulders back a bit, and I go, Thankful, whatever your name was. Am I to understand that you abduct children?
Thankful Zeus. No, I do not abduct children. He's lying.
You have slaves. So far, he has not lied to us. You're the one who was poking around, intimidating us, telling us that we would make good slaves.
You would, but I do not abduct children. I take those that I can take in a fight. Is that what you want, big man?
Yes.
You wish to fight?
The bards.
What do you say, little one? Wanna go for a round? Oi, Seer!
Ronan, I think we have more pressing matters at hand than who can
This
win, you
man,
or a rat.
this rat preys on the weak and the innocent and makes money off of their suffering. We should not turn a cold shoulder to these people.
Do you?
I'm gonna side with Ronan on this one.
Okay.
Oh.
So, Thrall, are you gonna step up and be side by side with
Oh, 100%.
100%? Great. Okay.
I yell to the Seer. Seer, do I have your blessing to challenge this one to a duel? You have been nice to us so far, and I shall call you friend. Do you condone this man's actions?
So there's tunk, slow turn, tunk, and you don't see the Seer's eyes as much as you see the alligator's eyes on his headpiece, but they seem to be glowing with their own light. And he turns and says, his fate will come to him. But if you choose combat, I cannot intervene. He turns and makes his way around the corner and down the hall, out of sight. And that seems like an excellent point.
Oh.
So we'll be back. Let's everybody
Chris,
take 10.
you better not.
Everybody take 10.
I don't like
You get a drink,
slavers,
do
so
whatever.
Neither do
so
I.
if Chris is gonna fight him, then I mean,
Let me see something here.
I'm going to take 10.
Yeah, everybody take 10p and do whatever.
My heart rate is 130 right now.
That means I'm doing my job. Yes.
All right,
That's what I want.
I'm gonna pause the recording here, and then recording again. Yay!
Great.
Look at that.
So,
Magic.
intimate thoughts. Any intimate thoughts before the cavern collapses and kills you all?
Oh boy.
Everybody's got a second character, right? I could roll this quick.
Oh yeah, I've got 3.
Great.
We'll make it
Perfect.
happen.
That's what I like to
no,
hear.
I don't.
I have 3. So,
Fuck is Kendrick
welcome
doing?
back. Having speaking
As
in
I
tongues, it
swear.
looks like.
We just mentioned how we
Yeah,
haven't
Jesus,
sworn a
what
lot.
the shit, guys? Come on, watch your fucking potty mouths. Fucking psychos. Anyway, speaking of psychos, you guys, so Ronan and Thrall are in a stare down. Basically, Thrall dropped the gauntlet and was like, or Thrall and Ronan combined dropped the gauntlet of like, you're a slaver. I have beef with that. Do you want to throw down? And the Seer left a vague cryptic message as he left. As you know, as his name entails, he's not exactly the most clear and transparent person in the room.
I'm gonna try and persuade our lovely Goliath and Half-Orc to calm down and say, how about we proceed with the mission at hand? We'll deal with this later.
That leaves innocent people suffer.
Oh, don't worry. I don't have any right now. I can wait until you get back.
See,
So,
we're
as
fine.
as he's
Everything's fine.
saying that, I'm going to slip between basically where the two of them are standing off against him. Me, my face directly in his with that scowl, but the little smirk on it,
Mhm.
and just go, I very much need you to show me where this door is. I suggest you do not resist.
Make an intimidation check, please.
16.
He's not about that. He kind of like his whiskers twitch a little bit, and you feel like they're brushing up against your face. You absolutely invaded his personal bubble, which is, and he just all up in your face. He goes, Why should I help you? Your friends want to kill me. Why
A
should
little
I?
bit, yes.
Just a little bit.
You
But
are not helping the situation.
So
Can I walk up behind Ronan and Thrall and like put my hands on both their shoulders and put my head between both of them and just be like, friends, his time will come.
Lythar
Not
just
now.
Not soon
carries.
enough.
Are you trying to calm him down?
Yes.
Okay. Does it work on Ronan and Thrall, or do we want to make this a contested roll?
Think a contested roll.
God
Oh,
damn
yeah.
it, guys! My charisma's terrible. Why?
I think it's just
Lythar,
out of a D20.
Lythar
I
needs to
will-
eat
so-
his cherries.
It
I
is.
didn't-
It
I
is
never
a.
got to contest my persuasion.
Give me. So Lythar, give me persuasion check. Yeah, just everybody give me straight persuasion. No advantage, no disadvantage. This is just straight up contested.
So I use my persuasion modifier?
Wait
Yes.
1 second, guys, before you roll.
Oh, is Robbie gonna save the day? Get
Please.
these idiots.
Robbie's gonna kick your real
As a person, I really want you to save the day, but as a character, I'm real mad about it.
Damn it! I needed to cast it on myself before
What
I
were you
did
gonna cast?
anything. Friends.
Um,
Oh, I can. If I turn to him and go, I promise you, my friends will not kill you.
and cast friends.
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't roll very high, so
I'm just over here like waiting.
Yeah, I'm still stirring as well,
Uh,
Chris. I'm waiting.
I rolled, and I rolled pretty
I
well.
rolled. I did not roll.
So give me Robbie, give me a persuasion check.
Is that with the advantage of friends?
Yes, with the advantage. I will say that, like, as a reaction, like, you were like, my friends will not hurt you. And when you said friends, you feel this, like, if magic could ever be colored pink, this is it.
Okay.
Just
You
like,
said persuasion check?
That's cute.
give me persuasion. Yeah, and we'll do that.
Natural 20 for a 28.
Wow! What Geistdod did you suck off today before the game started?
Do I even need the roll or no?
No, well, because so you guys can. So Lythar, I still want you to roll. I'll let you roll at advantage because so like Robbie is still like he kind of backs up a little bit and gives him the space and goes, "My friends will not kill you," and you guys see Thank will kind of like his tail stops thrashing as much as he seems much less agitated. So Lythar, I will give you that check at advantage.
Oh, thank God I got advantage. 'Cause that was bad. That
Was that a
six.
natural? Was that a? Ooh, that's not a one.
It was a 7 minus 1, so that's a 6. Duck Hodges.
Fuck, that's right. You have the -1.
Is that a 6 or a 9? Sorry, these dice are super old.
What's his
so I have to see-
dexterity modifier?
His dex is +5.
Yeah.
His charisma is -1.
Yeah.
That's called a stump stat.
So that's a 6. So that's a 5.
So you got a 6
I
both
got a-
times?
With
I got a
advantage?
7 the first time and then a 6.
with advantage.
With advantage. Your god is not kind to you.
Yeah, my first roll's a nat 20. That was it. That's all I get.
So Thrall, what do you have?
I 7.
God damn it, that was close.
Ronan, what was yours?
I had 14 plus 4. So 18.
Often known as 18.
Mhm.
So you guys are less motivated by the fact that Lythar's like, yo, dudes, knock it off. As the fact that Robbie has basically like leaned in and those purple eyes basically like stared into into Thanquil's, and Thanquil's just like, well, what's in it for me? They're not going to kill me, but I leave you to the door, and then you kill me. Then what? I mean, I believe you're gonna. You want to see the door. That's clearly important. You guys are all excited about this dwarf, but why? What do I get?
What would you like?
I grab Thrall by the arm and I kind of lead him like a couple feet over for a sidebar conversation, which I'm now going to text to Thrall. I'll include you, Curtis, so you know what's.
I appreciate that. Thank you, friends.
I do not appreciate your assumption that my friends will kill you later. I have told you they will not kill you.
I suppose you get your life for now.
Ooh,
That dwarf, he was metal, correct?
He was damn shiny.
A bit shiny, yes.
Very.
He did not start that way. From what they tell me, he was just another dwarf.
Another dwarf
And
that
then
needed to
he
be
ran
killed.
into something that turned him metal. And at this point, I don't even know if he's alive anymore. And if he goes loose for more time, we could all end up like that.
Fine, let's just go kill this dwarf. And he turns and sort of like, he doesn't shove past you, but he like wiggles his way back and dips under.
Is there any chance of, at the moment, someone hearing my little whispers in Thrall's ear? I just realized that they are rats. Because if Ronan believes that they could hear me, Ronan is going to wait.
You are in a room full of ears. Your sidebar conversation, unless you have it not in a language they don't understand. Also, I'm sorry, I minimized everything and I lost all of my visuals. Nothing is good. Everything is wrong.
Everything is on fire.
Everything bad.
Everything's fine.
So yeah, your conversation may well be overheard.
Do I know if Thalia's message is...
You have no idea.
Okay. I'm gonna
But
wait.
so Thankful pushes his way past, and instead of going back through the tunnel that you guys came through, he walks over to a piece of wall and just reaches out his little paw and pushes, and a piece of the wall just like unhinged swings open. And he's like, come on, if we're gonna go, we're gonna go. And just starts like pulls out his weapon and starts just kind of at a gentle amble, starts just kind of chugging down the hallway.
Is there light in front of us?
It's still that green. This entire area is lit with that same green glow.
So he, as soon as he pulls out his sword, I will summon mine.
Okay.
And follow.
Deke, so as you guys are trucking along, Deke is standing there with Mr. Bojangles for this entire thing, and he's just been standing there. And he's like, should I come? And he looks to Mr. Bojangles. Mr. Bojangles looks at him. And like, do I go? Do I stay? What do I? And he looks at Maury, who's still kind of standing next to him. He goes like, what do I do?
I mean, you can come if you want to.
I don't think I want to.
Well, that's up to you.
No, I don't want to. And he just ducks and scurries, and he is out the door that you guys came in.
Before he fully leaves, can I do something?
What would you like to do?
I would like to say, Deke, as a thank you, I will return this to you, and I'll pop out the vial of dragon spit and toss it to him.
So he's like mostly under the crawl space you guys came through, and he hears his
let
name,
it shatter on the ground.
and he spins around and he pokes his head out, and he sees it arcing towards him. We're gonna make a dex check. That's a natural 20.
Oh wait, no,
And
that's
he
bad.
just like
He
he's just
catches
like, oh, and like his arm doesn't reach out. His tail, this tiefling tail, just reaches and goes and like coils around it 3 times. It pulls it back, and he looks over and goes, "I didn't even feel you steal that. I'm very proud of you." He's like, "I'm very proud. You should come visit me sometime." And
I
scurries
shall.
away. And he's just gone.
Goodbye, Leaf.
So as you guys are trucking down this hallway, you guys walk for a couple of minutes as he's walking. And he's just like do 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 do, and he's walking and he's checking, and like as he's running his hands along. He'll reach out a hand and run his paw along the wall as you guys are walking and pull it back, and he's still got his weapon and he's just trucking right along. He's chittering to himself in rat.
You don't have
Which
anyone that
is-
speaks rat anymore.
No one in this party speaks rat. Oh no, what do we do?
Wait a minute. When he runs his hand across the wall, is he using claws and like scratching the wall, or is he just like
He's just
softly
running. He's running his palm.
Okay, I was saying
there-
sound signals.
Does Lythar still know talk with animals?
I was just about to ask
Yes,
him that.
yes, I do. Oh shit! Look at you, Ronan. Wait, so he's
just
just
about to
muttering
ask
to
him that.
himself.
He's
In
just
rat?
chittering. He's just chittering in rat currently.
Chris.
Rat is conveniently a language that animals speak.
Chris, you are the guy.
Well, Brandon was
So-
gonna get it. I saw the wheels turning.
I
I was
didn't
me-
even
I
think
had
about
him. I was like halfway through a message. I was just gonna send him asking him.
it. All right, so we're following him, I guess, and he's speaking to himself. I'm going to cast Speak with Animals
Okay.
towards him.
So that sticks to you, right?
Or yeah, sorry, yeah.
Spells. Speak with animals. Okay. So you now understand rat, and at first there is a lot of noise happening. There's a lot of chittering happening in side tunnels that basically translates into eat food, have sex, I'm tired, I'm going to bed.
Oh,
Welcome to the animal kingdom.
Sounds
That's
about
it.
right.
But once you like, you're like, oh god, and you filter out all that noise, you hear him being like, they're using magic. Bastards use magic on me. I'll show them what I can do with these bastards. They want to fight me about slaves. I'll show them what slaves can do. I'll turn them into my slaves, and that'll be the best. Oh god, I can't wait to turn them into my slaves. It's gonna be great. Calm down. And he runs his hand along the wall, and he's like, all right, where do I take them? Third down the tunnel? No, that's too loud and too noisy. They'll hear everything. Oh yes. Yes. Kill. Yes. Perfect. And he turns to you and in comedy goes, so the door's this way. Or we can, so the shortest way to the door is that way, but that way's more dangerous. We can go this way if you want. That way's less dangerous. It's a little longer, but I don't want to die.
I'm just gonna ask him which way is the right way.
They're both the right way. They'll both get you to the door. This one's just faster.
So I'm going to look at him and say, oh, you don't want to die, but you want us to die.
No, I just don't want to die. Your two large and toothy friends over there seem like they want to eat me, and
So
I don't want to get eaten.
I put my bow away and I grab my 2 short swords. I just take 2 steps toward him and say, oh, but you want to show us what your slaves can do. You want to show us everything you're capable of, and you're scared of my friends. Just give him
He's
this
like,
look of like,
well,
Is this in rat or is this in common?
I like the
this is
long
in
way.
common.
The long
I
way
don't-
sounds much
This is in common.
better.
I didn't say that. What do you want?
Oh, you
What
didn't.
are you talking about?
Now I'm going to say to him, in Rat, I guess. Freaking sounds like a good old hair metal band.
There's
if
only one
anybody
T.
actually knows who that,
There's
damn,
only one T.
all
I got you.
At least you know. Thank God.
Thank you. What? Anyway.
Thank God. Oh, I'm gonna say to him in Rat, like, I'm on D, and if you try anything funny, me and my friends will slice you apart and stick your head on a spike in front of you. You will see who the slaves are. Or wait, you will become the slave. Wrong words.
Roll an intimidation check with disadvantage, please.
God damn it.
You were doing great until that last second. Don't forget you have a point of inspiration to get rid of that disadvantage.
Can I use? Well, actually,
Does
yeah, I'll use the point of inspiration.
He'll be
I
back.
get him.
Yeah.
Brandon asked him a question.
Oh, what was Brandon's question?
Does that mean Brandon can use his magic ring to see if he was lying about both ways lead to the door?
What was your question again, Brandon? I'm sorry.
I just asked him what is actually the right way.
They're both the right way. I told you. And he is I'm not gonna make him roll for it. He is telling the truth.
Okay.
How do I get rid of the point of inspiration? I'm clicking on it. Doesn't it just go
you
away?
Click it. Are you
Yeah,
clicking on
oh,
your
you gotta click the
character?
word. Wait, no, it's not working.
You have to click the empty box. You gotta click
Well,
on the
it's currently-
sunshine.
I am. It's the sunshine is currently there. It won't go away.
Reload your
Click the
page.
sunshine? Yeah.
Go away, sunshine.
Ain't no sunshine, which is gone.
Okay, it's still there.
Anyway, that's fine. We'll just know you spent it.
Okay, so does that mean it's just a normal roll?
And it's just standard roll.
Okay.
Let's see if your nat 20
Get
comes back.
that one.
Come on, Kendrick.
Oh, okay. I got a 17 minus 1, so that's 16.
16.
This was intimidation? Yeah.
Yes. So he looks around. He looks at the four of you, and he bolts. Kendrick, you have an opportunity.
I'm gonna
attack.
cast ensnaring strike
Oh.
on this
Ooh.
motherfucker.
As a that's a bonus action, correct?
I think it is. Or I guess I could also
As a bonus action, I will allow that.
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna because spike growth would just hurt him. It wouldn't keep him there. We're gonna cast ensnaring
You're gonna
strike.
Snare him. Okay.
I
Okay.
don't know why I did that. Now,
Um,
guys. Oh, by the way, other players, I finally bought the player's handbook, so I can actually use my spells and keep track of them. I can press the button.
We can participate. Anyway,
Yes!
give me that attack roll on this doodad, sir.
Okay, so
Doodad is not the
I'm-
enemy you guys are fighting.
I am new to casting spells now. So
Great. So right now for ensnaring strike, you will roll to hit. So you take an attack roll.
D20. Okay.
You have to hit the attack with your longsword in order for shit to happen.
And this is, it says strength 13. That's what they have to roll above, right?
If you
Or-
hit, yes. They have to make a strength save or be restrained.
Okay,
and then
so
they-
is this a dex bonus or is this just a random or normal roll to hit?
This is just a standard short sword attack roll. So you will get +8 to your attack. So D20 +8.
Boom.
I know you're a rangy boy.
I got a 13.
You miss.
Fuck.
So
You
this
blew it.
this rat ducks under your sword swipe and disappears and starts running
I rage.
down the longer tunnel. If we're gonna go to combat, roll initiative, please. Let's do this properly.
Oh, jeez.
Do it.
How come when I click the cast button next to ensnaring strike, it
20.
doesn't take up a bubble? It pulls up the spell.
22. I always forget that I have a thing.
Need a pencil.
Was it nat 20?
Yeah, nat 20.
Well, I got
Sexy,
a natural
sexy
1.
20. Hey!
Oh!
Mari is going next turn.
Well,
He'll
if
go
you
next
wanna
game.
if you wanna look at it in that way, you're technically going first of
first
next
in the
round.
second turn.
Mhm.
Yeah, just
Wait,
skip, skip
what
my
are we
turn.
rolling?
Initiative.
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 D20 plus initiative modifier.
I got a 14.
I also got a
Actually,
14.
so real quick,
Got a
Lythar,
2.
before we get into this, you had both your longswords out, correct?
Yes.
Take a swing with the other one.
Oh, thank God.
You
do
could cast
not
Hunter's
add
Mark.
add
wait.
proficiency. Don't add. So you'll only add 3, not 8,
Okay. Because it's the offhand.
because it's your offhand, and you're not a duelist
You got
or
a
a dual wielder.
You got a 13
Okay, that was-
total, and you had plus
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
Owie.
He burned his
Um,
inspiration early, but it
now-
mattered.
Now I got an 18 with the
Uh,
offhand.
AC meat.
Is his name EC Meat? Is that what you just said?
Also, really quick D&D Beyond thing. When I
The
click
EC.
cast next to any of my spells, it brings up the spell, but it doesn't like use it or take care of the spell slot.
You have to click on the spell slot. That
Yeah,
Where does-
yeah,
does
I
it says
tend to just click
cast?
the slot.
Or you can just
Yeah.
click on the slot to use it. Yeah.
But when maybe it's
So
being weird for me because I have so many pages open.
so
Yeah, it works for
your second attack hits. So you go for this quick double. He dodges the first one. And he hits. You hit with the second, and
oh no, it's the bugbear all
Ooh.
over again.
failed the check.
Wait,
Yes.
So
He's restrained.
second hand comes in, bam, and you catch him right on the shoulder. Like you catch, like you snake between the armor plating. Roll damage for me real quick.
Oof.
It's a D6 with the short sword.
1d6 plus 5. Wait, is it only on the damage? Hold on. I might have been lying to you like an asshole.
D6 plus 5.
To the damage. So it still would be plus 8. So you definitely hit that.
Okay.
You don't add your ability modifier to the damage. So this will just be the d6
Without the plus 5.
without the plus 5. Yes.
Because it's the offhand?
Yes.
Or, okay. 3.
Okay. But so you swing the sword out and hit, and vines reach out and just wrap this rat, just like arms pinned to his side. His tail gets tucked up, and he falls flat on his face. He is restrained. He's on the ground.
are we still initiative-ing, or can we do?
If you guys want to, if you want to continue to kick the shit out of this rat while he's on the ground, we'll do initiative. If not, if you
we
want to
also
have a
talk
civil
to him.
conversation,
Maybe not
really,
civil, but we could
if you want
talk.
to have a chit chat with the rat,
I take
check
out
on
one of
perception.
my chains and I run over and I also bind his little leggies together with my chain.
okay, you've got 30 feet. You can chain up pretty much the whole thing.
Yes, I will do that. Well, they're not connected yet, to my knowledge.
Well, you have 10 feet. 10 feet is still a lot of chain.
Yeah.
And
And I'll also use my hemp rope. I'm not messing around.
After about, I don't know, 30 seconds, the Goliath Ronan comes over and goes, "Excuse me." In this blur of motion, and all of a sudden you have this perfectly hog-tied, trussed up rat.
Yes!
I look at Rowan and I go, that still counts as mine.
Fair enough.
Thankful is not about it. He is screeching in rat, and right now it's just like this huge scream. Lythar, you hear that he's calling for help.
I
I'll say,
grab
can I
his
still
mouth
understand
and
what he's
pinch it
saying?
closed.
You can't still understand what he's saying. He is
Okay.
screaming because you're speak with animals. Actually,
I think it lasts on
or speak with animals concentration.
Oh
It is
wait, no,
not.
I
So speak
cast
with
an
animals just-
ensnaring strike. So
Speak with
doesn't that
animals.
get rid of it?
No, speak with animals does not require concentration. That lasts for 10 minutes. You guys watch
okay,
for about
sweet.
5, so you've got a little bit left. Right now, you have to concentrate it.
Yeah.
That only lasts a minute, but you're less worried about that because you just hog tied the motherfucker
Right.
with chain.
I guess I don't need to send through all my message anymore.
So he is screaming.
I grab
Help!
his snoot
Betrayers!
and clamp it shut with my hands.
Closes
He's
snoot.
gonna bite your hand, dude.
That's
No.
fine. I'll crush his skull.
You're actually, we're gonna make that a strength check. We're gonna test this.
You're actually trying to crush his skull?
No,
Or
not
is
right
this...
now. But if he bites me, I'm crushing his skull.
Oh god. We're gonna...
Little man.
So
Chris is gonna do this.
Go for the eyes. He's gonna mountain him.
Yeah.
He's giving him out there.
18?
Yeah. Okay. So he's pushing, he's resisting, but you manage to get your hands around like the top and bottom jaw, just clamp his mouth shut. He's still screaming. It's just it's internalized. So now it's just a muffled screaming. But he's not happy about it. So you now have a screaming rat captive.
I vote we murder him.
I vote we throw him down that pit.
Ooh, that's a good idea. But then we have
We
to
need
go
to
back.
know where the door is.
Yeah.
The door is down. We can find down.
We don't know
gonna-
that for sure.
I'm
That's
gonna
what
walk
the
up
seeker
to...
said. He said it was down
So I'm
in the
gonna-
depths.
I'm gonna walk up to Ronan, who is currently just manhandling this piece of shit. And I'm gonna
I
take
pull
my
out
short
one of
sword
his
and-
whiskers.
That's me.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, it's like your mustache being... Oh.
Standing next to Ronan, looking at him. Is it time now? Would you like him to suffer?
Almost.
I look at her and I say, wait! And I walk up to him and I like take my short sword and like stick it like right under his chin while Ronan's also just manhandling him.
Mhm.
And I just
Yeah,
say,
he's not going anywhere.
yeah, but I'm just like, tell us where the dwarf is now. I'll not breathe for a second.
His screaming turns from a constant like to and he's gesturing down the hallway to your right that he said was the shortest path. He's like
I look at Ronan, I say, pick him up, take him with us.
Uh-oh.
I pick him up, still grabbing his snoot with one hand and throwing his body over my shoulder.
his snoot.
His snoot.
Okay. So you now have a hogtied trussed up. Like basically, if you took every single Snidely Whiplash thing, and instead of the gorgeous damsel, you have a blood-soaked rat. Because this close, like now that you start to see the light, the red in his armor is actually blood. It is not paint. And so he's continuing to scream and wiggle and like be a rat.
I would like to perception check how well I have him tied. So
Well, he's bound.
You've got him. You've got
Yeah.
him. Like,
He's got a spell, and then you bound him twice. I think
he is bound with rope and with chain, and basically like if you want, you can basically like wrap you're basically breaking the chain around itself because you're just like, no, poof, you break this link and tie it with another and you've got it tied up. He's not going anywhere. So you guys are going down the shorter hallway?
Yes, but we're
Cool.
bringing with.
Great.
Yep.
Excellent. So you guys coming down this hallway, this piping, and it opens up into what looks like a natural portion of cave. You're starting to lose a lot of the bricks and sewers and come into this portion of the cave that looks like it was natural. And when the engineers were down here, they're like, fuck it, we're just going to use this part of the cave and just dig a channel for all the sewage to go through, and we're golden. So there's some still like you're walking into this grotto. It's actually a very gorgeous underground piece. You see these stalagmites and stalactites are starting to catch these glints of the light from Lami's sword that's still glowing silver in this room. It's still set to that dull glow, so it's not quite as reflective and refractive as it was.
Can
as
I
it
make
could
it
be.
super shiny again?
You can max out. Yes, turn shiny up to 11.
Yes.
This cave is reflecting all of the light you're putting out. It's gorgeous. It's like walking into a hall where everything is mirrored mosaics. So you're seeing the color on these walls. It's almost blinding because you've dialed up your sword to high. It starts to hurt after a while, just because there's so much light. This grotto is probably 50 feet wide and about 100 feet long. And you can see the tunnel on the other side because it's no longer parts of that grotto if you just follow this channel.
Is light a cantrip or is it a spell?
It is a cantrip.
It's a cantrip. I turn to Thalia and I say, Thalia, could you do me a favor? Could you cast light on this rat's armor?
But we have sword.
This way, if he gets away, he's going.
I mean,
You're very paranoid about this rat.
I am.
He's
if we'll keep an eye out. If it gets close, I'll cast it. But
Okay.
it's very bright in here. I don't want to really add to it. You know, too much exposure really doesn't
Much
do well in a
shiny.
room. I'm also writing down what this place looks like.
Mm. Yeah, it's just a gorgeous grotto. There's a parallel line of water running through this grotto. It's probably a foot or two deep, and it's carved this channel in the stone, and it's next to this beautiful clear water is running right next to this run of sewage in this brick, and it has a really weird parallelism to it that you can't help but notice and jot down in your notebook. Out of curiosity, what's marching order right now? How are you guys moving forward into this room?
I know I'm not
I
in
am
the front.
standing next to Ronan.
I'm probably towards the back because I'm like taking my time. Like I'm doing two things.
Jotting down notes. Okay.
Dibs
Yeah.
on first.
Okay. So Lythar and Lami and probably Ronan are towards the front.
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
right behind
I'm keeping an eye on
Lythar,
the
who's
little rat.
behind Lami, next to Thrall.
Okay. Thrall's behind Ronan. Maury, where are you and Frank standing?
I'll
no.
hop behind Ronan.
We'll run this conga line.
Once
Robbie,
the
where are you?
little
Thrall would be
ones.
next.
Robbie, where are you standing?
I'm either next to Maury or right behind him.
Okay. And Thalia, you said you're falling a little behind. As you're
I
taking
mean,
notes?
I'm still in the back, like in the back of the group. I don't want to fall too far behind, but
Mhm.
I probably wouldn't be up.
I'll put Frank in the backpack.
Okay. Frank
Every now
on,
and then I like
Frank on
bump
guard.
into him
You
and
should ride on his shoulders.
Frank keeps pushing you forward.
yeah.
Don't have to worry about poop over here.
Yeah, you get him to carry you around.
Thalia, what's your AC?
Oh, good. 13.
Okay. So
Never mind, it's just me. I thought I had a
Okay.
thing that I could use.
So actually, what is Frank's? Frank can't be surprised, correct?
Correct.
I can get rid of deep character sheet. I don't need deep right now.
I just imagine a little guy. Wow.
Can Frank make an opportunity attack for me, please?
What the heck is that?
Roll a d20.
So just make an attack
Yeah.
roll. Because it's not technically his turn.
Oh, their turns
But
now.
he cannot be surprised, which is why I'm giving him this. So make an attack.
Oh, I lost his character sheet. Where is it? Oh, there it is.
Just
It's
add plus
D20
12 to
plus
it.
4.
I'm terrified.
Plus 12. Whoa.
No,
You said
no.
Also,
plus
I
12.
figured out why I
Plus
couldn't
12.
click on shit.
It's 16 total.
16. So from the back of the line, you hear that same static hiss that you heard before. Thankful kind of freaks out a little bit, and you see Frank take a sort of swipe, but he misses. And Thalia, you feel something kind of ropey wrap itself across your chest and pull. And it pulls you straight up.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Pulls you 20 feet in the air up to the ceiling of this cavern. And
You said she's up in the air.
she is 20 feet in the air.
Do we notice this happen?
Frank notices. This is still the surprise round.
Oh.
And then we'll roll initiative real quick. What's your AC? Your AC is 13?
Yeah.
So you hear this hack and you hear this crunch right behind your head.
Whew.
And you feel like this explosion of this hot burst of air that smells like rotting meat just blow past your head.
We got company.
Roll initiative, everybody.
22 again. Second nat 20.
I hate you.
I got
wow.
a 15.
I got,
I got
an
17.
8.
What was yours, Brandon?
17.
17. What was yours, Kendrick?
8.
What
That
was
might be good.
yours, Josh?
17.
Between Thrall and Lamy, who is the higher dex?
I have +0, or I have
So
10.
plus
so.
+2 for me, so I'm higher.
Okay. So, Robbie, what do you have?
4.
Nice.
Thalia, what's yours?
7.
Nice.
Maury, what is yours?
15.
And then Frank follows immediately after. So I need to roll a whole shitload of dice real quick.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What is this guy? So drop my pencil because I had no idea where that went. And do. Robbie, what's your dex mod?
+1.
Okay. So, running up a marching order. Sorry, this is the boring part where I'm doing a lot of math really poorly, really quickly.
Math is fun.
8, 9, 10. Great. So, we will start off with Ronan.
I would like to rage.
Good. Very good.
Classic.
No.
Ooh, I don't
That
think I've
needs
rolled
to
that
be a
before.
What'd you roll?
A 7.
Barbarian does not have an A at the end. That's a Barbarina. That's very different.
Barbarina.
A barber that's a ballerina?
Ooh, this one. So, as you raise, so you feel that anger, you feel that flow through you, like you're part of the dark side, and your cut down ballista turns black and purple.
Ooh.
Until your rage ends, your weapon deals psychic damage instead of bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing, gains light and thrown properties, and it returns to your hand at the end of your turn. So really, because you've buffed everything, it just does psychic damage instead of the rest of it.
Okay.
Because you've basically made that weapon already, except it's now shadowy and spooky and cool.
It dissipates and then reappears in my hand, though.
So yes, and you'll still get the +1 to damage and +1 to hit from Maury's infusion. So it's all shadow, but there is a shaft of what looks like a shaft of light in the center from Maury's infusion.
Okay. For one, I would like to drop the rat, or I'll gently place him on the ground because I don't want him to escape.
Okay.
Can I see whatever has Thalia?
You see that she's being carried up to something. Give me that sweet.
Because Lamy did turn his fire up to 11.
We are on 11.
It's super bright. You see. Give me a perception check.
17.
Let's do that. So it's hard to see with all of the light, but you actually see a part of the cavern that isn't glowing, and it's this dark red, and it looks like a mouth reaching out and trying to bite at Thalia.
Okay, so here's an interesting question. I'm sorry, guys. I really had a better plan at this until I then got all spooky. So reckless attack,
right,
is on melee weapons. But now my
Correct.
melee weapon is a spoopy, throwy weapon. It's on melee attacks.
Correct.
Since it's now magical, mean that I could reckless attack?
Because it's thrown, it's not a melee attack.
Okay.
Because there's no opportunity. Because reckless attack is balanced by the fact that whatever hits you gets advantage.
Okay. Then I will whip my javelin at this thing 3 times using extra attack.
Do not hit Thalia 3 times.
So you're going to you're going to attack, you're going to extra attack. And what's your third? Are you throwing with your left hand?
Sure.
Okay. So you're using your bonus action to attack a third time. Okay. Give me your 3 attack rolls, my friend.
Oh, that's poopy. That's an 11? Well, wait, it's an extra plus something to hit, isn't it? It's plus
8.
1, so it's plus 8. So
it's plus 8 plus 1 because it's magical.
plus 8 plus 1. So
it means 20.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I rolled a 6, and I'm really confused.
So,
as to
okay,
what it's
no.
supposed
6
to
plus
be.
9 would be 15.
15.
Is it
You rolled
15?
11.
So your javelin goes wide
Okay.
on your first throw, but then you reach back as if you're about to throw it again, and you see it like the shadows coalesce through the light, and you just it's back in your hand.
25.
It's in your left hand this time. Jesus. And is this the left hand or is this the extra attack?
This will be the extra attack.
Okay. So your second throw, you sighted on the first one. Your second throw, wham, thunks into this thing. It screams a little bit.
Okay. Oh, I have to roll damage. Right?
Yes.
I'm assuming that hit.
Yes.
So I need a D6 and a D8. Okay, that's an 8 and a 6. I can't do math. So 15?
Wait, you maxed damage
I
on
maxed
this?
both of them. I can show you if
Good
you want.
golly.
So I can get my phone to turn on.
No, you're good. I believe you.
Okay, maybe I can't show you.
Okay. So you whip this javelin at this thing. for 15. It's +6 +8 plus strength mod. Yes.
Plus an extra 1 damage. So it's
Mike,
plus
it's
8
it's
plus
strength mod. Yes.
1.
Or plus proficiency.
Thrown weapon with a action is strength or dex, your choice.
So it's +6. So 21.
And then plus an extra because magic javelin.
That's with that math. Yeah.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
+5 because of your strength, and then +1 for that.
Okay.
So you chunk. Wow. All right. So this javelin just sails right into the open mouth of this thing, and it's boom, and it lets out this shriek and tries to bite down on the weapon, but it's already gone. It's back in your left
Comes
hand.
back to my left hand. Yes. Oh, that one went behind my monitor. Natural 20. I don't know what's wrong with me.
All right, this I gotta see this one. For
I mean,
the sake of
I
fairness.
picked it up because it was behind my monitor. But like, how quick could I have found the 20 on the thing?
Okay, I'll allow it. So that's gonna hit. So roll damage twice.
I'm just gonna leave my phone flashlight on.
Roll damage twice and then add 6. Boy, this is awkward.
That's an 8
Roll
on the
initiative.
first one.
Oh,
For both dice?
Yes.
8 total.
Yes, 8 total. And then a 2 on the second one.
Okay.
I rolled a 1 on each.
So another 16.
Plus, do I plus? Or did you plus?
You will add strength, not proficiency for
So it's just
offhand.
5?
Or no, you don't add your bonus at all.
At
so
all.
it'll be +1 because it's magical. So 8.
So
So
that's
you'll hit
11.
for 11.
Which is really disappointing on a crit.
Your first hit was better, but it's because
Yes.
you're offhanded. So it just comes back and you hit it in the exact same spot. And it lets out another like shriek, and now you can see eyes start to open on the side of this thing. And they are large eyes. These eyes are probably 6 inches across. And they're look up, and there's like probably 4 that you can see on the side of this thing. 2 of them are looking at Thalia, and the rest are like circling around the room trying to find something.
Before my turn ends, I'm just gonna put a hand on the rat.
Okay. So like you're kind of crouched down next to the rat with your javelin ready to go. Because it's back in your hand, and that was all psychic damage. Lami, I believe it is your turn. This thing is 20 feet up on the ceiling.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Just to remind you, hitter of things in melee range.
Don't you have like guiding bolt or something, or paladin?
I'm a paladin, man. We don't have cool things like
I don't know, he's a paladin dragon. I don't know if that counts.
Ooh! Oh wait, no. I got really excited.
He's in the way. So what would you like to do, Lami?
I'm trying to think about it. Because I forgot it wasn't an and that's really screwing me up here. Crap.
Look at that fat kitty behind you. Look at that. Look at that ass. That ass.
Don't king shame my cat.
I'm going to cast Shield of Faith.
Okay.
What's that do? I don't know.
That's a bonus action. So you still have your action.
Yes. So her AC is going to go up by 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
That's cool.
Action. How far away from this thing? 20 feet up.
It's 20 feet up. You're probably 10 feet away by ground. So you have that 30-foot reach. Like you're within 30-foot sphere of this thing.
Excellent. It's time. I'm gonna breathe a little fire on it.
All right.
Hashtag kill it with fire.
So, Thalia, you will need to make a dex save.
I thought she was in its like tendrily things.
She's in the tendrils. It's very it's trying to take a bite out of her.
Oh, it's that close.
It's like right behind her. The teeth, like here's her head. The teeth are here.
Son of.
All right, I've got a 17 on dex save.
Oh,
Then you should be fine.
You should be fine.
This thing, or you take half damage. Actually, no, I'll allow that. Like with the shield of faith and everything, that you're golden. This thing now needs to make a save. Oh boy. Okay, that's a 16. So it also takes half damage. You want to roll damage there for me, sir?
For Flare, I feel like the Shield of Faith is just more of his fire around me.
Yeah, sure. I'll buy that.
That's why I don't get hit.
That is 6 damage.
6? Great. Is that before it gets cut in half?
What? Yes. No. That's just I cut the dice down. I only rolled.
Oh, so it is 6. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that. Thrall, you're up.
I feel like this is a problem since I don't have any range.
This is a problem.
Welcome to my.
Everything's fine. We're good. We're good.
One of our friends is about to die. This is a problem.
I mean,
You could murder the rat.
You could also, so another thing you can do is you can delay your action, or you can ready an action in case something else happens, or you can push yourself back to the end. Like you can kind of delay towards the end of the initiative order if you're waiting for something to happen.
It would still be before DP.
Wait, what
Because he
did
rolled
DP
a
get?
1.
Oh,
That was just a joke. I don't know if that's how that works or not.
No, he's
That was just being a
actually
joke.
not last in the initiative track. The rat is last in the initiative track, and he's restrained. So yeah, if you, let's see, Brendan, because you don't have
I
a
don't
ton of
have-
stuff you could do with it, yeah. And if you wanted Grace, Thankful's laying on the ground. You can kick the shit out of him if you really feel like it.
Okay, so I got a question.
Can I headbutt him?
Can you delay your movement and stuff like that too?
I would let you push, especially like right in this instance. I would let you push to the end of the initiative order for this round, while you're waiting for something to happen.
Neat.
So if you want to do that, or if you want to headbutt the rat that's currently
I
tied on
kind
the
of want to
ground.
headbutt the rat.
Okay. Make an unarmed strike against the rat. Add advantage because he's restrained. Or honestly, because he's laying on the ground, you can just kick him in the face.
Does that just roll damage?
So is that an auto crit?
It's not an auto crit because he's not unconscious. But you just roll an attack, and if you hit, you deal 6 damage because it's 1 plus your strength mod.
Roll a 12.
At advantage.
Yes, at advantage.
Yeah, you still kick him in the face. I'll buy that. So all this shenanigans breaks out, and Thrall just runs over. Bam! Not quite a curb stomp, but definitely like you put the heel of your boot into his nose, and he's not happy about it. But he can't scream because he's still like smothered.
Leo, don't bet my dad.
Worth
So
it.
that is
Worth it.
Thrall, who is 4th. So the monster that's got Thalia is going to it's going to reach out and try to take another bite out of you.
This is going great.
Where's that die? What's your AC?
15.
Okay. That'll hit. And
Cool.
boy, 1, 2.
No.
I need a couple more dice.
Oh.
No.
These aren't the killing dice. You're fine for now.
She only has
Nobody
like
pa-
6 hit points.
Nobody
She has
panic.
9.
I think DP's character has like 6 hit
How
points.
many hit points does your character have, Deeps?
I have 38.
Ooh.
That's so it reaches out and bites you around like from the sides of the rib cage. That is 15 points of piercing damage.
Oh,
Welcome to level 5, kids. People are gonna go down.
Owie.
Oh no, we don't have potions.
So it's gonna reach and so you guys see more more tentacle. So who was towards the back? I think Maury was towards the back, Frank was towards the back.
And then it would have been Brawl.
Okay. So Maury.
Oh wait, where's Robbie? Robbie, where are you?
Robbie's I believe was towards the rear. Yes?
Yeah, right near Maury.
Okay. So Robbie, Maury, and Frank.
is this an attack?
This will be an attack. What are all your ACs?
Can I cutting words this?
My AC is 21.
Sorry, real quick. Thalia, yes, you should be able to cutting words.
Right.
I'm trying to remember what that does.
It's a 1d8. That's a 1. No.
Hey, that might be worth it.
Okay. Okay. So sorry. Give me ACs, the three of you.
Frank is 15.
Okay.
15.
What's your Mari? You're 13.
Mine is 13.
So you guys see 3 more tendrils reach out from this thing. And you see Thalia while she's in there go, "Hey, knock it off!" And one of the tentacles like flinches to the side and misses wrapping around Frank. But the rest of them kind of reach out and swipe and don't really do anything. However, at the front of the line, you 4 chaps, Lythar, Lami, Thrall, and Ronan. What are your ACs?
15.
16.
Mine is 16.
Okay.
The elf has more AC than I do. I
Yeah,
guess I'm
'cause-
just a slab of meat.
So what were the numbers again?
16.
15.
16. 16, 16, 15.
16, 16, 15, and there's a 4th in there. somewhere.
21.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Oh my god.
Actually,
21.
so I was mistaken. So
It
I have
rolled 22.
the way this is working, I have 4 different dice, and I've assigned them to you by color. So another quartet of tentacles reach out from a stalagmite on the ground, about 20 feet away from you guys. It takes a swipe at Ronan and misses. Takes a swipe at Lythar and hits.
Oh.
Takes a swipe at Thrall and misses. Takes a swipe at Lami and just gets the arms around him and sort of pins your arms to your side. So whoever it hits, y'all are grappled. So you can make a strength check to break it. However, you are at disadvantage on that strength check because of the grapple.
Whoa.
So it's going to take Lythar and it's going to yank Lythar 20 feet across the room to it. It's going to take a little
Oh.
chewy.
Wait, the mouth is going to?
The tendril that's wrapped around you is going to pull and just yank you off your feet and tug you away. What's your AC, Lythar?
16.
2 of them.
So it's you're gonna see as you're flying towards it, this mouth kind of opens up and is trying to reach out and bite you like this. And so your arms are restrained, but your feet are still free enough that you're able to put your feet on the edges of the mouth and keep it from chewing on you.
It's like Jaws, huh?
Kind of. It's not a good time.
Do I need to roll a strength save or no?
That'll be on your turn if you want to break out.
I assume I want to break out.
At the same time, so as people are being yanked in all kinds of different directions, one of like the piles of stone in this grotto starts to stir, and it starts to kind of uncoil and slither itself up. And what looked like a single stone opens into this jagged beak with a tongue. And it's going to start sidling over towards Ronan.
Oh, shit.
Kill it with fire.
And as it comes closer to you, 4 tendrils reach out from its face and reach out towards you, Ronan. Does a 16 hit?
That will hit.
Okay. So that's, where's my other one of these?
I don't like this.
That is 6 slashing damage before it gets cut in half, so you'll take 3. But the tentacles lash out and wrap around your arms. Not super aggressive, but they'll take a couple of slashes and kind of tug you in, and the beak's gonna open and just go for the face. And it's gonna miss. Like it's just gonna close like a hair's breadth in front of your nose. You hear this? It sounds like stone on stone, just clack. It bites into your face in front of you. Maury, you're up.
All right. So who's not entangled right now, or who's not?
So currently, Lami, Lythar, Thalia, and Lami, Lythar, and Thalia are the only ones who are tied up in something.
Aren't I tied up?
No, the tentacles kind of reached out and like slashed at you to kind of and like wrapped around
I'm
and
not
kind of tugged you in
grappled,
and
though.
let go. You're not grappled. Those three are grappled.
All right. So I'm gonna run over to Ronan. I'm gonna cast Spider Climb, which allows him to move up and down any surface whatsoever with his hands free.
Oh,
That's dope.
God.
With my hands free?
With your hands free.
So I can just like...
You're Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Oh. Cool.
it's a cool.
And
Cool.
and then I'm going to send, I guess. Okay, and then I'm gonna send.
Ooh, hello.
Thanks, Cleo.
Jesus.
That's a lot of.
I'm gonna send Frank over to one
Cleo,
of the ones
don't
that
put
are
your
like
butt in the
the
camera.
closest one that's on the ground. I
Okay,
guess.
so you can send Frank over. What are you gonna have Frank do?
I'm gonna use his. So that's my bonus action, right? So I can't do anything.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my force empowered rend on that one.
On the one that's on the ground, or do you want to go for the tentacle? Because you can also attack the tentacle.
It says it's a reach of 5 feet. Can I hit him?
If you could send him over to attack the monster itself. You could also have it run over and attack the tentacle that's holding either Lythar or Lami.
Okay, I'll have it attack the tentacle that's got a Lami.
Okay. All right. So that's your turn. So Frank, just like, it's almost like he pulls out his sword and shield, even though they're attached to his hands, and just runs over to this tentacle. Give me that sweet force empowered rend.
Okay, so it's
On
plus
that tentacle.
4 to hit. So I got a 23 to hit.
That'll do it. How much? How
And
hard are you gonna hit it?
10 damage.
Yeah. So he just takes that sword and boom, and cuts the tentacle free, and the tentacle like spasms a little bit and then goes limp. And unrestrains Lami.
Nice.
So
Thank you, robot.
Lami is no longer grappled. So that's those two. He gets cut free, and from a couple of more pillars,
Oh, God.
it looks like a cockroach the size of a dog. just comes skittering out from behind this thing.
Are we
There's
talking
4.
like Tibetan Mastiff, or are we talking like
I'm
Chihuahua?
talking like a Springer, like a good it's a solid size pet. It's probably like if you were to pick one up and pet it, it'd probably be like 20 pounds. Like it's not a small creature.
Okay.
Although it is technically a small creature. Or it's medium. I apologize. And so 2 of these things, like there's 4 of them. There's 2 sort of near each of these creatures.
The bugs?
The bugs. Yeah, there's 2 on the ceiling and 2 on the ground. And then there's the tentacle monsters kind of tucked in between. And the 2 on the ground make a beeline for Lami.
Of course.
And one of them is going to try and take a bite out of you. That's a natural 20.
Uh-oh.
It's just a buggy, though.
These teeth reach out. There's clamp onto your leg, the leg armor that you have. Take a -1 to your AC, please.
Oh shit.
And take 4 points of piercing damage.
Is that permanent?
Okay. Do I recognize these monsters at all? Curious.
Yes. Mari, as an artificer, you recognize what these things are.
I think I know what they are too.
The other bug is going to kind of it's going to point its antennas kind of together, and you see this swirling. It almost looks like just like this coalescing beam of brown, just fling out to you.
Poop attack.
And it hits you. Give me a dex save. Lami.
Oh, sorry.
Lami. Yeah, sorry, this is still you.
I didn't know you were talking to me.
Yep, this is still you.
18.
Okay, so you're able to duck out of the way in time, and this spiraling bolt of stuff just slams up against the wall, and parts of the shine in this room. It looks like it kind of fades away and gets eaten away in that corner of the room. The two bugs up high start to crawl their way down the side of the room and start working their way over. And they are fixated on you, Robbie. But they're a little they're still working their way down the side of the room. Give me 1 dex save just for funsies.
Can he be surprised?
So you get a red message that flashes across your vision that just goes imminent danger, and you get hit in the chest with that same brown spiraling beam. Take 1 point of lose 1 max hit point, please.
I don't like these things.
Okay.
So that is them. Lythar, you're up. You are still currently restrained and in the mouth of this monster.
Curtis, you really turned this up like
Welcome to level
to,
5,
like,
guys.
30 notches and like
This is where shit starts to hit the fan because there are 7 of you.
That's true.
I'm gonna die.
So I'm restrained, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can't attack, but I can try to do a strength check to get out or to be unrestrained.
Correct.
If I get out, could I attack after or no? With as a bonus action, since I have extra attack?
You have to use your action to break out. You could run away.
I'm on the ground. I'm not in the air, right?
You are like if your feet are currently braced against this thing's mouth. If you manage to break out, I would let you land on your feet and run.
I
Okay.
think you can attack, just so you know. Just give me a second.
A tendril could be broken if a creature takes an action and succeeds on a strength check against it. I'm not telling you what the DC is. You'll have to figure that out on your own.
The
Because that's taking an action. Can you still attack?
Well, that has to deal with the condition restrained. If you can attack while you are restrained, then yes, but you also have the option to make that strength check.
Yes, I'm sorry. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Creatures, so you can attack from where you are, you just attack at disadvantage.
There you go.
I would rather try to get out.
Okay.
But I can't attack. If I successfully get out, I can't attack after.
No.
I could just run away.
You're taking your turn to bust out of this thing.
Right. Okay, so strength check plus. Oh boy. Escalators. I got 13. Eels.
Nope. Unfortunately, despite your best efforts to fight against this thing, you can't quite break free. You feel it flexing under your, like, as you're moving things. You feel it start to give a little bit, but not enough to get you out.
Eels. Okay.
Eels.
Your movement speed is 0 because you're restrained. So that is Lythar. Thalia, what would you like to do as you are stuck in the ceiling?
To confirm, I am out of range 15 feet from everyone, correct?
You are 20 feet off the ground.
I will cast Thunder Wave then.
All right. Let me remind myself what Thunder Wave does here.
I know what it does.
What level are you casting it at?
First level.
Okay.
It's a DC, a con save 15.
Con save 15. All right. So this should hit the two little angry cockroaches as well. What was the DC?
15.
Okay. It's a con save. So the two smaller bugs get thrown away from you. What's the damage on that?
6 on a fail, it's 2d8 and push 10 feet away from me. On a success, it is half damage and is not pushed.
Give me roll damage for me.
Okay.
Who was that?
11.
All right. So the two bugs get hurled further away from everybody else. The roper, the monster that still has you, as I just give away the name of the monster, is less enthused.
Does it look like rope?
And actually, how much damage did you say it did?
11.
So this guy will take 5. You actually, when you cast, you break the tendril that has you.
Yay.
So you fall to the ground.
Yep.
And I think
As a reaction, can anyone grab her? Reactions do.
I would let Robbie use his reaction. Robbie, because Frank already left. Robbie's the closest to her. I would let Robbie use his reaction to catch her.
Yeah. What do you want?
Give me. I don't know if it's a dex save or dex check. Give me a dex check to reach out and catch her.
Okay.
Or is your dex save higher? Because I don't actually have your character sheet.
They're both the same.
They're both the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a dex check.
Good. 3.
So yeah, you're like, you reach out your arm, you see her falling, and you reach out your arm, and you don't quite make the catch. You just kind of grab her arm, and instead of her like landing on her hands and knees, you kind of yank the arm out, so she kind of lands just on her chest. And Thalia, you will take 3 points of damage from the fall.
Boosh.
And you are currently prone, but you could still use your movement to stand back up if you would like.
I would like to use my move to stand up.
Okay.
And then use a bonus action to inspire Lythar.
Okay.
Wait, to what?
and
Inspire?
Inspire.
Yay,
So
bards.
is this a bagpipe? Are you gonna
Oh,
whip up
yes.
the bagpipes and play something?
I'm gonna throw a link in the chat.
Perfect.
See, I
Oh,
can't,
you're
I
ready.
can't play these songs, so I need people to reenact them for me.
Yes. Excellent. I'm not even mad. This is an amazing choice.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
queued up right to like the start of the music, so
I'm putting it
hopefully
on
it
right
works.
now.
The combo of the two? Alright. Oh my god.
This is all I want to hear.
This is metal as fuck. I love it. Chris, if we don't get demonetized, please put this in the video. So you know what? Do you have inspiration currently? Because
I do not.
You get a point of inspiration for having this on hand. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I feel inspired in real life.
So Lythar, you get an extra D8 on your next attack roll, ability check, or save.
My girl.
So that should help get you out of the mess you're in.
Yes.
So that's Thalia.
But I have
Robbie,
to wait like 20 people to go again.
Robbie, what would you like to do?
Okay, how far away from me are the tiny things that scream danger?
The
There.
tiny things they got shoved back, so they're probably 35 to 40 feet from you. Like they're at the far end of the room.
Okay.
That your robo vision was like, oh shit.
Well, seeing as there's everybody's 20 feet away from it. I look straight up at the thing right above us. I chant a couple of words, my palms glow, and a giant dark space appears for 20 feet around it. I cast Hunger of Hadar.
Curtis is like, what this do?
Oh god, because it's in Xanathars and it's great.
No, it isn't. It's it should be regular PHP.
Oh god, it is the PHP.
Yeah.
So you see Robbie put the gears in his hands together, turn them, and speak in this mechanical clanking voice. And this sphere of gray, like perfectly mixed black and white color, fills this portion of the ceiling where this thing is. And you see what look like enormous gears start to turn around this thing. And all you hear is this clank, 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 clank. And there's just this cacophonous clanking portion of the ceiling. And actually, I would let Rustmont, the other smaller creatures are in this sphere as well.
Oh, they're stuck in it. Nice.
Yeah. So
okay.
you got all three of them in this this grinding, crunching cacophony.
So on the start of their turn, each one of them, they'll take 2d6 cold, and if they end in that spot, they'll take another 2d6 acid.
Mm. Yeah.
And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna throw. Wait, hold on a second. Never mind. It's concentration. I can't throw my bonus action right now.
Okay.
So I'll stand there.
So there's just this hefty clanking noise coming from the corner of the room. So we just did Robbie. And so in the midst of all this, our little rat friend is going to try and get the fuck out.
Still bound to end prone.
Bound and prone. Dude is not having a great day.
And he got kicked in the face.
He did get kicked in the face, and he's mad about that.
Good. Little Raticate.
So yeah, he wiggles, and he actually, like, you hear the rope start to twist and snap, but because Ronan wrapped him in chain, he's not going anywhere.
Is
And with that-
Entangling Strike over on that?
In Snaring Strike, only lasts a minute.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So Ronan, welcome back to the top of the initiative order.
I was trying to find just a clock gif, and then you said my name, and I panicked, so that's all I got. So
Let's get it up.
What? This is appropriate because it's okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That's the thumbnail for the clip.
How far away from Thalia am I?
Probably 10 to 15 feet on the
How
ground. You
far-
are in melee range of the rocky tentacle monster.
Oh, the rocky tentacle monster. Right. How far away is Thalia from Lami?
Probably 20 feet.
20 feet?
Yeah.
Can I throw someone 20 feet?
With the right strength check?
Uh-huh.
Sure. Why? Lami is currently unrestrained.
He's not restrained.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
But he,
You wanna-
yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to huck Thalia at...
Yes. Yeah, so I'm going to use my movement, some of my movement, to go over to Thalia.
Okay. You will get attacked by
it's
this
fine.
thing as you run by. I gotta find my... There's so many tabs open on my one monitor. It's not even funny.
Need another monitor.
I have two. I'm looking at you guys on one. I got the other one on the other. So it's gonna reach out and take a clicking bite at you, but it's gonna miss because
Okay.
it's bad.
If I throw her, will it get an opportunity attack at her?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Depends on how well you roll. If you landed in front of her, it will use its reaction, so it doesn't get another opportunity attack.
Okay.
So yeah, if you throw, you should be fine.
Okay.
If you want to throw.
So am I now next to Thalia?
You are now next to Thalia. She is standing up and a little disoriented from having just hit the floor.
I'm going to look at her and say, I know you said never again, and I grab her by, like, the back of, like, her clothes and put my hand under her foot and just huck her at Lami.
So Thalia, you have the opportunity to grab onto his hand and not be thrown. If you want to not be hurled by the Goliath, you can grab onto him.
I'm gonna grab on.
You're gonna not get thrown.
No.
Okay, so the throw, you grab onto his arm, and so like as he pushes your foot, you kind of spin around, and then you come to a rest, like grabbing on, like your arm is wrapped around his, and you are currently kind of grappling him. Almost.
I'll only let go if you promise not to try that again. You said.
Fine. Do I get anything else? Was that my action?
Yeah, your action was to throw.
Can I have bonus action?
What bonus action would you like to do?
I try again.
Whip my javelin at the stony rock monster.
You have to make the attack action first. So when you attack twice, and because your 2-weapon fighting is when you throw with your left hand. And you have to make the attack action to make the throw with your left hand as a bonus action.
But isn't extra attack a bonus action?
No, extra attack is attached to the attack action. So it's all, if you on your turn use your action to attack, you can attack 3 times. If you don't attack, you don't attack at all.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Okay.
Barbarian sad.
Barbarian sad.
So that's Ronan. Lami, you're up.
What am I near?
You are equidistant between the monster that has Lythar. There is a little rusty cockroach at your feet. There's another one probably 10 feet away. So there's one at your feet, one 10 feet away, and you're probably 20 feet away from the monster that has Lythar and the stone snake that took a snap at Ronan.
And the other thing's still on the ceiling.
Correct.
I thought it was in a weird orb thing.
It's engulfed in a weird sphere of clanky light.
But it's on the ceiling.
It's on the ceiling, yes.
Yeah.
You cannot see it. Technically
it's like in a pocket.
It's dimension. A void. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the
There's
shadow
just
realm.
there's a weird clanky glow and some screams.
Got it. I'm
Also,
gonna.
like my first party in college.
Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna go for the big guy, the roper. Now that we've exposed that,
Yes, it's a roper.
the roper on the floor.
Okay, you will. Do they get opportunity attacks? Hold on, I have a question.
Coming into there.
Because there's still the tiny little rust bug in front of you.
Oh.
Is that what they're called? Rust bugs?
Rust monsters, but I don't believe. Yes, it will get an opportunity attack at you,
Bastards.
and your AC is reduced by 1.
Yes. So let's do it.
Okay, so you're gonna run past it, or are you gonna try and are you gonna go for the roper, or are you gonna deal with the rust monster at your feet?
I'll deal with the rust monster.
Okay, give
Yep.
me that sweet attack roll.
That is a 24 to hit.
That will hit.
Ta-da! Okay.
How
and
hard are you hitting becomes the follow-up question.
I'm just gonna go ahead and do a smite at a first level because I don't like.
Okay.
So that is 12, 15.
Which smite?
Smite plus. Just divine smite. The
Divine
it's not on the
Smite.
spell list. It's at the bottom of the.
I spent a spell slot to deal 2d8 radiant.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. So that is 20 damage.
Ooh. Lonnie's slapping some people.
So yeah, you bring your sword in and you get the stab on it. It is not. You catch it in the face, and you hear this almost rodent-like squeal. But it doesn't die. Also, your sword takes a -1
Bitch.
on your damage.
I don't like these.
I has a question.
Yes.
Since it was on holy fire, does that do anything? Or no, because it was used as a light source.
It already gets a bonus damage.
Yes.
Okay.
If it was a fiend or undead, it gets additional damage. It is neither.
It's a bug.
It is a bug. Yes.
A bug.
Son of a bitch.
This isn't Pokemon.
So that's long.
It's resistant to
No. I'm going for
something.
the extra attack.
Oh, we're getting extra. Oh yeah, because you have an extra attack.
Yep.
What are
Nothing
bugs
special.
resistant
Just,
to? Water?
Just a regular attack.
Just a regular attack. What's your hit?
In IRL.
Remind me, do I have to roll to hit for
Not
that
a
again?
magnifying glass.
Yes, it is a secondary attack.
Roll to hit. That's a 20, not natural.
That'll hit.
Okay.
That's a dirty 20. What's your base damage on this?
D8 plus 5.
So it'll be D8 plus 4.
Sure. That will be 12 damage.
Yeah. Jesus. So yeah, your first swing and your second swing comes in. And how do you want to do it?
Hey.
I just want to I just want to beat the piss out of it real hard.
Okay.
Nothing magical, just bam.
Okay. Yeah, it's fucking dead. You do take another -1, so you're
God
at
damn,
1d
I don't
plus
like
3.
Gonna need to get him a new sword.
Everything. New everything.
So Thrall, you're up.
And what am I close to?
There's a roper on the ground. There's a roper, there's the weird rock snake, and there's one rust monster within striking range of you.
Does the roper have me?
The roper is the thing that has you, yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna attack the roper. That has Lythor.
That's got Lythor. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Roll. Give me that sweet attack roll, sir. Don't forget, you can give yourself advantage with your fighting spirit, because now we get to use all the cool things that you have.
Oh yeah, true. Do I have to use that, or is that like a? Does that just go along with my normal attack?
So you can attack twice. You attack, you extra attack. If you fighting spirit, you get advantage on one of those. If you action surge, you can attack again for a total of 4. Math is hard because you have a 2-handed weapon.
So I should probably do that.
So you burn. So burning your action surge, you don't get that back until a short rest, and you can decide to do that after you hit the first time. So
right, I rolled a 14.
14 on the roper on the ground. You take your first swing at it, and your glaive just hits off the hide of it, just bounces off. There's a little bit of sparks and stuff like that, but it just pings right off it. So then roll your extra attack. What was your base roll? Out of curiosity,
For which one?
Your first attack, was that a 6?
No, it's 14.
14. So 14 plus 8, so that's a 22. So that does hit because you are attacking with your glaive.
Yeah.
So roll 1d8 plus 10 for your damage.
Deeps, what was that?
13.
What was that?
Drink.
Yeah, what is it?
Okay. So you can attack again if you like. For free.
Something very cheap.
Don't tell me it's Modelo.
I got a 20.
Is that before or after the 8?
After.
Okay. So yeah, that's good. That's gonna hit again. Roll damage for me.
Hashtag not spons.
Not sponsored.
I got a 15.
Okay. Good golly. Okay. So yeah, you run in and you've just got your glaive and you just hit two fleshier spots around the eyes. So now if you wanted to burn your action surge, you could attack 2 more times, or you can save that because you don't get that back until a short rest.
I'm gonna save that.
Okay.
For now.
Okay.
Do I still have a movement that I can do?
Yes. You may you may incur opportunity attacks when you try to leave. It'll get a chance to take a bite at you. Or actually, no, it won't, because you have ranged attacks. So now, yeah, you can back away.
I just want to move back towards where Lami's at.
Okay. All right. So that is Thrall. So now the Roper. Roper in the ceiling is having a bad day. So from that weird black and white void of grinding gears, you hear a scream. And this thing, you hear this like crunch and a scream, and it's going to try and run.
The Roper? I can run.
The one in the ceiling? Yeah. Not very far. And it's going to move, and you start to see more tentacles reveal themselves from outside of this void. Jesus Christ. And the tentacles come out, and all of a sudden the tentacles like reach and kind of recoil back in. And then they lash out again. One's going to take... actually, let's see.
It is blinded.
Yeah. It didn't get to do a whole lot. Yeah, so like these tentacles are reaching out and just kind of flailing around, but it's not hitting anybody. The dude on the ground, on the other hand, has taken offense. to a couple of things. It's gonna reach out and try to make a grab at our good buddy. So it's got Lythar in 1. So we'll put that dice aside. It's gonna reach out to tentacle. It's gonna reach out at Lami. What's your AC, Lami?
20.
With your minus 20. Okay, so that one doesn't hit. It's gonna reach out another one. The second one hits.
Mm.
So the first tentacle comes in and you bat it away, and the second one snakes around your armor and grabs you. The third tentacle is going to go for Ronan. What's your AC, Ronan?
15.
Okay. You are also restrained.
Perfect.
So it's got Lami restrained and Ronan tangled up in tentacles. It's going to try to take another bite out of Lythar in front of its face. 25 to hit. Lythar?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Just barely.
Gets there.
It'll get you there.
That's a 19 piercing.
Oof.
It finally like shakes its feet loose, and your feet slide into its mouth and just bites down in your midsection, and you feel the teeth kind of start to dig into you.
Big oof.
Big oof, boyo.
34 minus 19 is 15. Oh,
Yep.
God.
Oh, level 5,
That is
boys
how
and
math
girls.
works.
So that's
That's how math
ropers.
works.
So the snaky monster.
I would like to point out that the pictures on Google of ropers look hilarious.
Yes.
This is why I have to change the stats because of people like you.
I just want to know what it looked like. I didn't look up
Fucking
stats.
horrifying.
It looks like a badly drawn like pile of rope with this funky like. I'm gonna take this picture and put it
Dump
in
it in the
Discord
chat
because it's hilarious.
So the tentacle snake monster is going to come wiggling its way over towards Ronan. That's an old school roper. That's
hilarious.
That's the shitty roper. Hang on.
I see that there are other ones that look terrifying, but that one looks hilarious.
Looks like a
Welcome to
swamp monster with a bunch of
welcome to like
arms.
second edition. So it's gonna come over to you, Mr. Ronan. And it's
Rock
gonna
monster?
do the rock snake. It's gonna come wiggling on over.
I want to headbutt its eyeball.
Are you next to?
Wait,
You're
do I
next
get
to
attack
Lami.
of opportunity?
This is snaking. It hasn't
it's
left
moving
your
toward-
area.
yeah,
It's
never
moving
mind.
into your area of influence.
Yeah.
So that's a 20 to hit.
That will hit.
20 to hit. Okay.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, you're good. I gotta find my D6 again.
I was looking at more pictures
is-
of ropers.
Who's Frank next to? Just curious.
Frank is currently next to Lami because he helped him bust out of the
Right.
tentacle.
Gotcha.
So that is 9 slashing to you, Ronan.
Then I have
Which
it
gets
to 5?
4.
4?
You always ran down.
Oh, really? Good to know.
I think you always ran down. We're gonna roll with always run down.
Okay.
And then so since it hit with that, it's gonna take a bite at you. Advantage because you're restrained. That's a 23 to hit.
That hits.
And it's gonna do a whopping 6
Oh, boy.
before reduction.
So 3.
But it's just it's gonna lash out and bite and do its beaky tiki thing. Maury, you're up.
All right. I
Headbutted in the eyeball.
so
Save 14.
who's grappled right now?
I'm
Currently,
grappled.
Lythar is grappled, Lami is grappled, and Ronan is grappled.
Lythar is in the most like
I have half health.
situations.
He is currently being chewed.
I
I've
tried.
taken a whopping 10 damage so far, so I'm fine.
Thali, I believe your AC is still boosted. How long
Yeah.
does
Yo, is it
I
boosted?
think so.
Boosted, yo.
I hope it is.
Yeah, I
Shield of
haven't cast
Faith-
anything else.
Shield of Faith is still on you, so your AC is still boosted by 2.
Yeah.
And you
Nice.
got pencil.
Okay. Then I'm going to take. Okay, so I have 2 attacks and a bonus action to attack. Does that mean I can attack 3 times?
If you're going to take your handguns, you can do the guns that you have.
They're
2
both
weapon-
1d10s.
They're both 1d10s. So yeah, I would let you shoot. You get extra attack?
I do. I get extra attack at 5th level, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, I would let you. So basically, you're shooting 3 times. So it'll be your first attack. You'll use your bonus action for your second attack. And then your third attack will be with your main hit. And I'll actually let you use your intelligence modifier instead of dex because it's a firearm.
Bird.
So you will add 1. So it'll be 1d10. So d20 plus 6, and then 1d10 plus 3 for damage.
Okay, so d20 plus 6. So what you said.
D20 plus 6 for 2 of those attacks. What are you shooting at, by the way?
So I'm going to be shooting. Okay, I want to shoot the actual stalagmite, fake stalagmite
The thing
guy.
that is the thing that is Lythar?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you've got line of sight. I'll buy that.
All right, so for the first attack, that is. So to hit, do I add my intelligence
You'll add
modifier?
6. You'll add so
6.
plus 3 because you're proficient, plus 3 because of you're using intelligence modifier.
Okay, 17 and 6 is
23.
23. Yeah.
Yep. The first shot will hit. Let's do your second shot, which will be will still be plus 6. Right? Because that's
That
2
I'm
weapon
on
fighting.
is a 11.
You got a 5?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. So your second shot will miss. What's your third shot for your extra attack?
Also not that good. 13.
Okay. So your first shot will hit. So you'll roll a d10 and add 6. Or add 3, I'm sorry. You don't have proficiency on your
So
attacks.
that's 9 total.
Okay. At the roper on the ground. Ceiling.
So Deeps is missing 5 ammunition.
I don't think it has ammunition.
Does it? Is it magic?
Magic.
How much damage did you do? 9?
9.
9.
9.
Okay. Great. So you used your bonus action. So you, as a free action, I believe you can tell Robbie to do something.
Robbie.
Or tell Frank.
Yeah.
Robot racist.
Oh no, it will only dodge. You have to tell it to do. You have to use your bonus action to tell it to do something.
Will it dip, dive, and dodge?
Right. So it's just gonna chill next to Lami.
He's just gonna chill next to Lami, yeah, and stay out of the way.
Mhm.
He's just being a very lovely target. So that's Frank. So the 2 doodads in the ceiling. So the two guys in the ceiling. You hear
Wait.
this like high pitched. Sorry, what was?
Sorry, did it drop Lythar or nah?
No, it did not.
Damn it.
It just got shot in the face and was mad about it.
Is that the
Okay.
roper on the ceiling?
The roper on the ground he was shooting at.
Oh.
Because the roper in the ceiling you can't see.
What's on the ceiling right now?
The giant orb of mechanical death.
And there are
that
bugs
Robbie
in it?
summoned. There are 2 bugs and a roper in it.
But I thought
She
Thalia's
threw them
Thunder
away.
Wave.
They hit the ceiling and they're on the edges of it.
So they're still on the ceiling. I'm sorry.
They're
I
still on
pictured
the
them
ceiling.
being like,
They're still.
"Ew."
No, they're still up there.
Okay.
They got like shoved into the wall. And so they like you hear from inside this giant mechanical clanking that's starting to speed up. You hear this squeal, and oh boy, two crushed and mangled corpses just drop out of the sphere, just hit the ground.
I like whatever that is.
And they're starting to like they're twitching a little bit, and they're starting to just like dissolve away into constituent components.
Don't touch that.
I'll just take a 2 on the abacus for that.
Yeah, that's a big twofer for Robbie there. The last one is beginning to starts to pull back
Christmas.
behind the roper that's on the ground. It's kind of just turning tail and running at this point. Lythar, buddy old pal.
There we go. I'm gonna try to break out, and I get the inspiration. I have Dahlia's inspiration spell.
Yep.
So what
So
was
you-
that? +8 on any
you'll-
save?
1d8.
Or...
Roll a d8.
So I
and
roll
add that to your
d20.
result. D20 plus D8 and add those two
Okay.
together.
Do I add my strength modifier as well, or does that go away?
You will add strength. Yes.
Okay.
It's basically free.
Oh, I got a
whatever.
nat 20. Do I have to roll anything else?
No, you're fine.
All right. Sorry. I feel like whenever anything's going right, I'm like, oh, nat 20 doesn't fucking matter.
So you can save the bardic inspiration because
Yes.
you can earn that after you see what you roll, but before you know the result. But you know the result, so I'll just let you kind of have that. And so you like kind of curl up. You hulk out of this thing basically, and you kind of roll and pop up a couple of feet away. And I will let you get an attack. I will let you get one attack on this thing.
No.
If you're feeling froggy.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Because of that
freaking
20.
bust out the short swords. And
You're-
I'm
you're
also
about- you're
gonna
about 10 feet away.
activate.
Like you're a little further out of range.
Oh,
Um,
could I use my bow?
yeah, I'd let you
Okay.
draw it.
All right, so I'm gonna draw my bow, and since people have already attacked this, I can also use Colossus Slayer
If you hit, let's start
if
there.
I hit. If I hit, you're right.
Can
But
he
Not to,
hunt
not
his
to shit
market?
on your parade.
but
You
with
can
my
use the
bonus,
bardic inspiration on this if you need to.
What are you going for, the roper?
He's shooting the roper that tried to take
Yeah.
a shit out of him.
Nice.
I'm pissed. This thing just fucking ate me.
I did some good damage to that.
So I roll a d20. It's a +10 to hit. I got a
Oh, plus
13
10 to
plus
hit.
10 is 23.
That'll hit.
And then I roll a d8 +5, but it's actually +6 because my arrows are magical.
Because it's magical. Yes.
So d8 is that? Oh, sir. That has 9. Here.
There is no
Plus-
9-sided die.
Maybe it's a 10.
It's got more than 8 and less than 12.
All right. So I rolled a 6 plus 6. That's 12.
Okay. Plus.
Plus an extra d8 from the Colossal Slayer.
Mhm.
So I just rolled a d8 again.
You also have Hunter's Mark now. Don't forget about that.
This is almost.
This thing is gonna be dead.
This is almost a bonus action because he.
I
only
know.
used
I was
action
just-
to break out of that.
Mhm.
But that is a good
Uh,
reminder for those of you
so
playing along at home.
I'm
You
currently
sick fucks. Who's playing along at home?
So,
currently
I am.
at what? 12 damage?
We all
You're
are.
at a
Yes.
12 plus another 5, so 17.
So 17 to the dude on the ground. So math is really hard after too many beers.
Too many beers?
What's
Too
a
many
beer?
beers. It's delicious. You said 17 total?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you like spring off this guy and like tuck and roll, come up, bow drawn, wham, and you just put a bolt right in this thing's eye, like in the biggest eye that you was staring at you the entire time it was chewing on you, dead center, and this thing is kind of screaming and a little mad. Little
Still
upset.
not.
Yeah.
And I can't do extra attack because that was technically a bonus attack.
I'm giving you that bonus action because you crit.
Okay. Right.
Thalia, you're up.
I gotta cast Cure Wounds on myself.
You're in a rough way.
Yeah, I'm not great.
Okay. What level are you casting that at?
First level.
First level?
Oh,
Great.
yeah. Max healing. That's 12 healing. I am liking that. That's better.
Just kind of the bagpipe music stops.
Ow.
And she's like,
Ow.
Ow. I feel much better. I feel much better.
And then I will inspire Ronan, seeing that he's next to me.
Hey, what do you play for me?
Same song. Put the
Could
playlist
be,
on loop.
or I do. I'm building a playlist right now.
I would save it. Save it for later. I don't want you to burn all the excellent music.
Okay.
Does that take away my inspire?
No.
Nope. You can keep it.
It sticks. Bards are great. Bards do awesome things. Speaking of people doing awesome things, Tomo arigato, Mr. Roboto. It is your turn.
Okay.
I've tried really hard to not make that joke.
2 dead rust monsters.
3 dead rust monsters.
3. Oh, something still up in the Hunger of Hadar. Can I see the last rust monster, or is it like using
the last rust monster
roper?
has scurried behind the roper and he's using it as cover. You can see the roper and a grick.
Okay. Oh, the grick is still up.
Yes, the grick is still around.
Roper scare me more.
Thing?
The grick is a snake thing, yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and point that right bracer at the roper and pop off 2 of that sweet Eldritch Arm Cannon.
Okay.
So that is
Robbie just pair of spooky looking bolts.
So one of them is a natural 1. And the other one is a 26.
Do you not have inspiration?
I do not have inspiration.
I'm gonna say I gave you inspiration for the hat, for the jacket thing. I don't have inspiration. You can re-roll that first one.
I'm gonna roll that one. 12.
That's not a 1.
Indeed.
Unfortunately, the first bolt goes wide, and the second bolt spirals in and cracks it right in the nose.
And that is plus the charisma modifier. Sweet. That's 8 points of force damage.
Okay. Yeah, this light just slams into it, and there's actually like an impact crater in the stony surface of this monster. Anything else you want to do, Robbie?
I am still holding hunger above me, so that will end my turn.
Okay, that's Robbie. And Thankwell's gonna do his damnedest to get the fuck out of here. There's a natural 20 in my dice tray.
Uh-oh.
Well, he has like 8 things tied on him.
So the DC of chain is 20. So before his strength modifier, he breaks it. So you hear like this rolling, and he somehow catches, I don't know if he catches a link of chain. You don't know if he catches a link of chain under something and manages to like lever his way out of it. But all of a sudden you hear this fing, and the sound of a bunch of chain just like sloughing off him. And he stands up. He still has the rope, and he's working free of the rope as he starts to run further ahead of you down the corridor. However, he nat once. He trips on the rope about 10 feet away from you. As he's like kind of pulling it down, like it gets caught up in his feet and his tail, and he slams into the ground. And he managed to like wiggle free of the rope and cast it behind him, but he's still in sight. But he's starting
prone?
to like. No, he's gotten up. Like he broke free, got up, fell, and stood back up again.
It's a lot of standing.
It's a pickle,
he's
Greg.
he's not a very good at this particular misadventure. But he's now moving towards that hallway. He's got probably 35 feet before he gets into the tunnel proper, and past that, it's pretty dark, and it's going to be hard to see. So you don't have a ton of time to stop his shenanigans. And
Fuck
with
his
that,
shenanigans, kill the things.
with that, we're back to Ronan at the top of the order. You are currently grappled.
I will break free of grapple. I do have advantage since I'm raging with all strength checks
But
and saving
you
throws.
You are at disadvantage because of the tendril. So you roll naturally. I don't think I should be worried about this because, I don't know, +5. Go ahead.
Plus
roll
a D8 if you
Well,
really need it.
I
You do
rolled a
have a D8.
4, so that's
You
an
do have a
8.
D8.
So I'm going to roll a D8,
Another 4.
which is an 8.
Hey!
So 16.
So, inspired by the power of some badass bagpipe music, Ronan is just like, this is one of your, like, if you had a hype song, this is probably one of them. And you're just like, bust out of this thing to the tune of Ship It Up to Boston. And you're free currently.
Do I get any actions or movements?
You have your bonus action. You can still move.
My bonus action.
So you can move further away or you can move closer.
I don't know what my bonus actions can be. I'm gonna
Weapon
sprint
fighting
after.
or rage.
Oh, am I no longer raging?
Yeah, you are still raging. Those are your 2 actions. If you want to sprint after the motherfucker, so you used your action. You have, holy shit, you have 40 feet of movement.
I do.
You can absolutely catch him, and if you wanted to, I would let you make a athletics check to tackle.
I'm sprinting. I'm doing it. I'm fucking booking it. I'm tackling this fucking rat.
Should have let him go.
So an athletics check?
Athletics, please. That's your +8. You'll be fine.
God, I can't see it.
Because you're basically like, if you, just so you're aware before
Say
this
16 plus 8. So
Great.
24.
roll, so I was going to say, before you make this roll, if you miss, you will be prone. This is a diving tackle, but you're a fucking Goliath. It doesn't matter. You fill the hallway when you dive, and he's running. He gets through the rope, and he turns, and he just sees this tattooed, angry-looking Goliath with a shadow javelin just dive bomb him and flatten him to the ground. We're gonna roll a D8. You had a lot of momentum. Yeah, he's not happy about that. Math is hard. Great. So yeah, you have currently just pile drive this dude into the. You kind of skidded with him, so you're in the mouth of the tunnel. But you've got him well underneath your prodigious bulk. And Lami, it is your turn. I believe you are grappled.
I am.
Your most recent grapple attack.
How close am I to the roper? Grapple.
Probably 20 feet.
Really?
Yeah. You're still kind of in the middle of the room because it was chewing on Lythar before he broke free.
Well,
the rust monster is also behind the roper.
I guess I'm just gonna try and break free.
Okay.
That's a 22.
Yeah, you're fine. You can bust the fuck out of there. Yeah.
And what else can I do?
Those bonus actions, buddy.
Kendrick's asleep.
We've lost him. I'm sorry your near-death escape wasn't exciting enough for you.
My what?
Your near-death escape.
From the bagpipe music, that'll wake you up.
I'm still half dead.
But you're half alive.
I am half.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what bonus action stuff you have, my friend.
Oh, I just noticed that there's a tab called bonus actions.
Yes.
2 weapon fighting and
Wow.
your smites.
Yeah.
You could cast Sanctuary as bonus action, or any of your smites, but you have to do a weapon attack for your smite.
And I can't do that because I just
You can
broke free.
you can preload it if you're feeling froggy.
I am feeling froggy. I'm gonna preload me some. Oh, we're going Wrathful Smite.
What does
I'm
that
not
do?
happy.
1d6 psychic or be
Yes.
frightened. All right.
Yes.
Ooh.
Now remember that for the next time, because it might be a minute till we get back to you.
Yes.
Thrall, you're up, my good man. I believe you're standing just out of range of the roper on the ground.
I guess I'm gonna re-attack Roper.
Okay. Give me. Yeah, show me what you got.
Got a. So do I roll a 20 and then plus the 8 for the hit?
Correct.
That was a 25.
Okay. And then you extra attack to do it again.
Uh, 17.
That's after the plus 8?
Yeah.
If you want to give yourself advantage, you can use your fighting spirit, which gives you plus 5 temporary hit points and gives you advantage on. Oh, that's all weapon attacks. Holy shit. That's dumb. So yeah, if you could burn one of your fighting spirits and get, so you're rolling at advantage for all your weapon attacks until the end of your turn, which could be
Yeah,
up
I
to.
think I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So yeah, plus 5 temporary hit points.
Should he re-roll the first one in case of a crit?
Yes. Roll that crit.
Oh, reroll. 18.
On your first one or your second?
First one.
Okay, so yeah, your 19 is still better. What's your second one?
23.
Yeah, that'll hit. Okay. Roll damage on those. So roll 1d10 plus 5 twice.
I got 13 and 12.
20. Okay. This thing is very unhappy and not doing well. Would you like to? You can action surge if you would like to hit it again. Because
Yeah, I'm gonna action surge.
All right, so you get 2 more attacks, both at advantage.
Jeez.
This is the angry samurai. He's pissed.
Thrall and Lythar 2.0 coming
So I
out
got
to play.
a 27.
Oh, just wait,
on the
Chris.
first one.
Oh wait,
27?
you have
Okay.
plus 8?
Yeah.
So was that 19?
That's only the champion, not the samurai.
Oh, I got real excited.
Yeah, it was.
No, that would have been a crit if we hadn't just jumped over to samurai to get advantage on all the attacks.
That was the first attack, and then I got 21 on the second.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
Hey!
This thing was a beast.
Um,
Fucking mop monster.
I want to. Can I stab it in the eyeball?
Sure. You
I
can
wanna
stab it
stab
in
it
all
in
the
the
eyeballs
eyeball.
with that many attacks.
I just want to jump up, just huck my fucking glaive and just stab it right in his
Do like
eyeball.
that two-handed stab, like
Yeah,
right
dude.
into the eye. So yeah, you see Thrall with this angry, like snarling in orc. You can make up whatever it is you're saying, but you just come up in this scream and boom, and your glaive goes in and through the eye, and the tentacles start to flail, and it lets everybody go that it had grabbed onto it. And it just like flails and wriggles, and then eventually, like as this black ichor starts pouring out of this eye, it just the tentacles just drop to the floor behind it.
Can I add insult to injury?
Sure. I will
Well,
always allow that.
if the glaive is stuck in it, I want to headbutt the glaive the rest of the way through it.
Oosh.
Oh,
I'm not even going to make you roll for that. Holy shit. Do you have a point of inspiration? Get one.
Do not.
Holy shit. That was
That would be
mad as fuck.
terrifying to watch that.
Just wham! Like this is like a 6-foot glaive, and he put enough of it in that he could headbutt it the rest of the way through the back of this roper. He was
Nice.
mad. So that is Thrall. And the other, so that roper's dead, so he doesn't get a turn. Oh Lord Jesus. So it's from the wheels are spinning faster. Clink, 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 clink. You hear the scream, and you see the tentacles grabbing onto stalagmites and stalactites and trying to pull this thing. Oh God. And you see like the tentacles wrap around a stalactite, and they pull, and they sort of sag on the rock, and you see what is left of this roper just drop like a pendulum and swing into the room, and the tentacles let go at the apogee of the swing, and this thing just goes, it just splats against the wall. Like in this mangled husk, the stony exterior that you guys have been trying to punch through is just powder. And this thing is just like oozing bits of it across the wall. Fuck, that Hadar spell is really good when I'm rolling for it. Just so you're aware.
That's 3.
Fuck that. So they're dead. Don't worry about that no more. So the pickle grick is, who's it squaring up to? Who just took a swipe at it?
Was it the thing near Ronan?
Yes, it was trying to tangle with
It's by
Ronan.
me then.
Yeah.
I hate to
It's
say it.
actually, yeah, it's gonna turn towards you because you're smaller and chewy. You're like a fast break, you a delicate chewy center. And it's going to take its tentacles and try and take a grab at you. That's a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Conveniently, that's at only 4 slashing damage. Why couldn't you roll that well when it wasn't the Hadar? Come on, guys. But it still hits, so it's gonna like grab onto the tentacles and pull you into the beak. That is a 17.
Yep.
And God damn it, that is 3. So it gets a bite, but it's like a really delicate bite.
It's like nibble, nibble.
Tasting. God damn it, that's really disappointing. That Grick was doing so well. Maury, you're up. Le Pistolero.
Oh, Maury, you're muted.
Thank you, Rachel. That gift is appropriate.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Rachel should get a point of 6 inspirations for the gift. Were you ready with that? That went so fast.
It's one I use frequently.
Here, we're out of like. It's after
I'm gonna
midnight. I'd love to
cast.
wrap this up.
I'm gonna cast Firebolt on the Grick. which is a 2d10
Okay.
plus 6 to hit.
So make a spell attack.
That's a 15.
That will hit. Roll with that 2d10.
Am I caught up in this?
No, it's a firebolt.
Okay.
Is a single point of
Okay,
damage.
just checking.
You're also not grappled.
Oh, I'm not? Oh, I thought
No,
it was.
it's like grabs the tentacles and pulls you in, but the tentacles let you go
Got
so
it.
the beak can bite.
Do I add spell modifier to this?
It is just your d10.
Okay, so it's 14 total.
Okay. This thing did not enjoy getting shot at. 0 out of 10.
Would not get shot again.
Yeah, 0. No bueno.
With my bonus action, I'm gonna send Frank over there and do Force Empowered Rend.
Okay. Give me an attack roll for Frank. 'Cause Frank's just gonna fucking run over and do his thing.
It's a fucking 6.
You rolled a 6.
No, 6 total.
Oh, 6 total. Good call. So yeah, Frank's gonna come over and take a sword, and it's gonna just clang off the skin on this thing. The last little rusty boy is going to. Yeah, no, that was a poor choice on his part. He's gonna run out, and he's going for the biggest hunk of metal in the area, and that happens to be Lami. The boy is hungry. And he's going to run up to your feet and attempt to take a bite.
I hate this.
That is an 18 to hit.
No.
So you're able to
No.
you scamper your feet back and you keep away from the teeth on this thing.
Somebody kill that stupid thing.
And that's a Lythar. What would you like to do?
So there's the snake and the little
And the thing that's
Cockroach.
currently chewing at
at his toes. How far am I from the snake? I was attacking
the
at
roper.
the
You could run over with your short swords, or you can just take a shot at it. Everything in this room is in bow shot range.
So I'm just gonna take a shot. So
Don't forget, you get 2 because you have extra attack.
yeah. So
Oh, and Colossus Slayer is going to proc.
so that's 18 for the first one.
Okay.
Second one.
Hunter's Mark.
If you want to burn the spell slot, you can Hunter's
Yeah,
Mark.
I don't. If something's already.
You also still
worth it.
have Bardic Inspiration if you feel like your attack is not going to hit.
Well, my first roll was an 18, and then my next roll was a nat 20.
Oh,
So I'm
Okay.
hitting both, and I
Oh.
still have Colossus Slayer
Okay, so
damage.
how do you want to do this?
Hey.
Because that's, statistically, the math does not work out in this thing's favor.
Wait, okay, so the one image, so I googled this thingy. Is it like that's the face, but obviously not on a pickle? It's like a.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is
snake.
correct.
looks like a
Can it be
graboid
on a
from
pickle?
Tremors.
No, it's not on a pickle.
You turn it
Okay.
into a pickle.
Yeah.
That's like
So
And then you eat it,
I'm gonna say
and it tastes like cherry.
I pull the arrow back and I take a shot, and it screeches at me because it knows I'm about to attack it. And as its beak opens, the arrow goes through its mouth and goes through
Out the back of its
head, and it just
And this thing just drops. Yeah, blood spray all over the walls, and this thing just drops. That's life art. So Thalia, the only thing left in this room is this tiny little angry rust cockroach
The
that
bane
is-
of my existence.
that has taken an interest in the full plate wearing dragon. It's currently nipping at his feet.
I'm gonna get the sandpaper.
I'm
out
gonna
and get
cast
this
Vicious
rust off my
Mockery.
stuff.
Vicious mockery, the cockroach.
Make fun of the bug.
And just go, you can't even look, the ankle is like the easiest thing, and you can't even get that, dude. Like, you should be ashamed of yourself.
read a book.
And that's 2d4 damage.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
It's a wisdom save of 15.
You hurt its ego.
No, that's not happening. So yeah, 2d4.
Yeah.
Well, that's sweet damage.
Oh, that's real good. That's 7.
Okay, so this thing like kind of like ducks and cows away, and it moves far enough away that Lami, I'll give you an opportunity attack against it.
I don't want it.
Finally, the paladin doesn't want to hit something. I'm so happy. He's learning.
No, get it away.
Ew, no. Robbie, you're up.
Awesome. Everything above me is dead. I'm going to drop Hunger of Hadar. The Grick is dead, so I don't care about my other action. Let's just fire 2 arm cannons.
At this bug?
Yeah.
Sure.
You do that arm cannon thing. That is a 10 and a 27.
Okay. So the first shot again goes wide. You should really get the sights tweaked on that thing. But the second shot's gonna hit.
And that is 9 points of force damage.
Okay. So yeah, you slam into this thing, and the carapace starts to crack a little bit.
These are hardy
but
bugs.
It is not.
Kill it, Chris.
I can't.
It hasn't really done anything yet. But it's not happy about it. It's not happy about its current situation because it came in looking for an easy meal, and all of a sudden, all of its friends are dead. And now it is Thankel's turn. What's he gonna try and do? I say try because he's currently being smothered by, I don't know, a shit ton of Goliath. He's gonna try to actually. This will be a contested roll because he is grappled.
So I get advantage because it's strength, right? Because I'm still raging.
I don't. Oh God. Checks and saving throws, not attacks. +2 melee damage. Resistance to all the damage. Yeah. So you will get advantage on this. So grapple. You can use your strength. He can use strength or dex to escape. What is higher? Strength is higher.
Say 17 plus 5, so 22. And then
That's a natural 20 for a 23. Go ahead and roll, because if you also crit, your modifier makes it higher.
20. I'm not like.
No, I believe you. I'm inclined to believe you. So you see this like back and forth struggle between. Look at that 20.
Can you see
Look
it?
at it. Yeah, I see it. So
Okay.
you see there's this back and forth behind you. You hear the sounds of this scuffle, and you hear the plate scraping across the stone as Thankel's trying to get away from Ronan, and Ronan just takes his hand, and so you see Thankel like roll over to his stomach, and he's crawling away as fast as he can, and Ronan just takes this ham hock of a hand, and presses down on his spine and presses him into the stone, and you hear something crack, and he doesn't stop moving like he's dead. He's being very, very still.
The best part is this is a Goliath and then a rat.
Yeah.
That's how much of a
I'm so happy.
He almost
This is like Master Splinter's origin story.
He like your your hand is pressing against like the middle of his spine. If you put any more weight on him, you're pretty sure you will crush his spine in half, and he will never walk again. And he knows it, and he is doing his best to not encourage you to do that. He is unhappy with his current situation. Also, Ronan, it's your turn.
I do that.
I do that.
Cool. Yeah, you just lean your body weight into it, and like you just put your entire weight into that, and you feel with that 20. I will absolutely let you roll with that, and you just lean in, and you just hear the crunch, and you hear this rat scream, this high pitched, piercing scream that sends the rust monster skittering off into the distance. It is like, fuck this, I'm out.
Oh, thank
If any of
God.
you spoke rust monster, this thing would be like, yo, I'm outie, goodbye. And
Howdy Quattro.
Thankful is on the ground. Everything below like the middle of his back is not moving. His tail, his legs, his toes, nothing. His arms are scrabbling, but you still have your entire weight pressed into your hand.
I lean
Like
down
you're
and
doing.
whisper in his ear, "You deserve worse than this."
Oh, damn.
Did
And
I
that's
hear
where
him
we're-
say that?
Yes, absolutely.
I
It's hard
point-
to not hear a Goliath speak in a cave.
I point to where the void was and go, "That was meant for you."
Oh!
And I think that's an awesome spot to stop.
Oh,
Because I think I worried about the fact that Chris just went full murder hobo on me. And I don't know how I feel about it.
Can we take a long rest?
I do that.
So if you guys want to take a long rest,
Yes.
you are currently in an occupied sewer. I could do I can give you a short rest.
If you do a short rest, I can do. Oh, what is it? Hold on, let me find it.
Your healing song.
Yeah, I can do Song of Rest.
Okay.
A question. First off, does our artificer have mending?
No, not currently.
Oh, okay.
I have a bunch of cure wounds though.
Not gonna help.
It doesn't work
Sorry.
on a robot.
Oh no.
I was gonna pick up mending after a long rest, but
Because you guys are currently if you hadn't just paralyzed the one guy, you might have been. But his scream, I will tell you, people were alerted by that scream. You do not have 8 hours to sit and do nothing.
I will gladly take a short rest, though.
Yeah,
Yes.
short rest for
Alright.
everybody.
anyone healing up with their hit dice, they can get an extra 1d6.
Any of you who took any significant amount of damage should probably heal.
Yeah, how do
D12?
So what do I do?
So Lythar, you will roll. What is your hit die?
Just click on short rest and then.
I got a 1 on my
I'll show
hit
you.
die. I have expended all of my luck today.
Oh, Ranger hit die 1d10, total 5.
Yeah,
so you get 5 hit dice, so you can spend any number of those to heal. So you'll roll that d10 5 times, or however many times you choose. But you can add a d6 to it, right, with Song of Rest?
Yes.
So yeah, you'll roll as much as you want to heal, and then add a d6 to it.
But could I save those rolls?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can roll as much or as little as you want. It depends on how much healing you want to have.
Okay. But I added d6 because of the Bard spell.
Because of the Bard.
to each.
Yeah.
Because the Bard is playing Old Lang Syne or something like that.
That was actually what I was going to say.
Fucking wizard.
So my first one is a 9 plus, so that's 12.
So if I have mending, I can repair you too.
You can, yes. Because he is also a construct.
Because I wasn't too worried about it with Frank, because
With
he's
Frank.
got the repair. So,
It's really, really for that permanent damage I took.
Yeah, who can fix my. Can I get some sandpaper?
Like, so
You're gonna need so Lami, you're gonna need a little more than just sandpaper to patch that.
What about?
I
This
am
is
proficient
rusted.
in blacksmithing, so if we get out of here, I can probably fix it.
Yeah, you don't. You have. Do you have Smith's tools?
No, I
Yeah,
have leatherworkers tools. I was gonna buy them once we got back to town.
Yeah. So
I think the Mori has Smith's tools.
Do I in my inventory? That's a question.
equipment.
You're proficient in them.
I
You
am
are
proficient in
proficient in them. You have thieves tools.
smart enough to pick them up.
You can also make one of your things that you can do is you
Wait, I can
can
Pop any kind of tools I want. Just one kind though.
Oh, my health's back up to full with only 2 rolls.
Nice.
Thank you.
with Tinker's tools in hand, you can magically create one set of non-magical artisans tools.
Right.
They vanish when you. So during the short rest, you could make a set of Smith's tools.
What did Rachel's song do? Does that give me a D6?
It adds a D6 to
Okay.
your.
If you're using hit dice to heal.
Yeah, I forgot to do that with my roll of 1.
Sorry, you crit at every other possible opportunity, you psycho.
I put my other D20 away. I'm just this one is my D20 now.
That is legitimately the most 20s I've ever had rolled in a single game.
Yeah, I think
we had 8 people rolling.
I think I had
Golden
2 or 3.
State.
Chris had like 20.
Chris had 3. His 3 were the most pivotal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris is the golden snitch now.
The golden snitch Goliath. So yeah,
Okay, so
everyone's.
if I make those tools, can I repair things during the short rest?
It takes you an hour to make those tools, so you can have them for your next rest. I would let you do some minor tweaks. So you could either like add an AC to Lami, or you can fix Robbie in your next short rest.
Well, I'll make the tools regardless.
Okay.
So we'll see
So
what happens.
you have a set of Smith's tools. Cool. So thank you guys. I know that went way longer than expected.
Yeah, thank you.
That went to a full 4 hours, but I got Chris's heart rate to 130. What was it during combat, Chris?
Oh, I don't even know. I
Probably
can actually
realize.
check my peak heart rate stuff.
But
I'm
yeah,
gonna
that'll-
hop off because I'm ready to pass out.
No, thank you
That
guys.
was a lot of fun.
Thanks for tough
Night, guys.
Happy
Happy New Year, all.
Night.
Night,
Happy New Year,
guys.
everyone.
Bye. Bye.